still morning. It's just before noon. Happy Thursday. Thursday the 4th. 4321. Give me a second. Okay. Can you hear the kid eating? French toast. Has Saturnian sun been waiting on you? Are you off, dude? Dude, are you off work? Is it raining enough that you don't have to go into the warehouse and like rustle stuff up and stuff? Oh, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Gotta turn my dimness down. Nimness down. Put the cards, whoa, that's so down low. Way down below. Ooh, what card is this? 10 of Hearts. Can you see it? Aren't these cards so cool? Angelfish sent them to me. Did you see them before, SS? There's one Joker. Guess which one's the Joker? I know. Look at him. Wow, check out. Joker trumps all, man. I love these cards. So beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? I like that one, eh? The one oddball in the pack. There's always one oddball in the pack. I'm going to stir them up and let's see what I pull, okay? It was a 10 of Hearts that was on top of the deck that came up. I want to put the cards away from yesterday. I still didn't. Yesterday, that live stream seems so far away. Angelfish sent them to me, SS. They're like from the West Coast. Angelfish touched them. She sent me marbles too. I know my eyes get all big, eh? Like marbles. Angelfish sent them to me. Hi, Sophia Rise. Oh my gosh. How you doing? Look at my joke. Hang on. I'm going to pull the card first or have it fall out. And then I'm going to show Elsie Darling the Joker. Joker, Smoker, Midnight Toker. Really want... Oh, there's the Joker. I might as well show the Joker when he comes out. Check that out. It's a deck that Angelfish sent me from the West Coast, eh? It's American. It's touched... Oh my gosh, I didn't... Yes, I did notice. Check that out. I forgot it was one of your guys' dudes. It's an American dude. Oh, I love that card. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a card. I'm not one to know card tarot type of thing, so you guys can analyze or look it up. You ready for this? Okay. Being all serious, eh? Ooh, the 8 of Clubs. What's the 8 of Clubs? Who's the King of Clubs? Would the real King of Clubs please stand up? Please stand up. Stand tall. 8 of Clubs. What does that mean, guys? Okay, I'm going to put the cards away from yesterday. And then I'm going to put my glasses on and actually read the comments. Oh, the screen. I'm probably going to delete the live stream by an accident because my screen dimness, brightness keeps going up again. Sophia Rise. I pulled Lilith yesterday. I pulled the Lilith card yesterday, dude. The whale is underneath the deck. Bottom card. Good, SS. You had to take the day off. Woke up with a migraine at 4 a.m. Not good that you have a migraine, but good that you took the day off. Good spidey senses. Holy shit. Even the clock ticking sounds loud. Yeah, I get it. That's like a huge sync. One of the things I was listening to last night was TikTok, Mr. Wick. It's part of the soundtrack to John Wick. TikTok, Mr. Wick. And Time After Time, Fourth Wall Observer put or Fourth Wall, I think he just goes by now, put Time After Time. He did a video. Yes, I've got Ireland in the building, Alex. How you doing today?
Peace out.
Peace out, Girl Scout, Boy Scout, Chicken Ball. Sophia Rise. Hey, all the beautiful people. I love you too. That look. She's got the look. She's looking at me, kid. The kid is looking at me, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh.
I'm not a Girl Scout. I'm not a Boy Scout. I'm a child friend.
I know. Sophia. Hi, all the beautiful people. Alex, all the beautiful people. We love you guys. Saying hello, hello, hello. Hi, Trippy Sunless. Dude, how's it going, eh? Sophia Rise says, signals or messages? Both. Both. Lots of like third eye stuff. It's just like, woo. As above, so below. SS says, okay, I gotta read that right. I'm Irish, German, American, Indian, constantly at war with myself. Yeah, I get it. That explains it, SS. Thank you. That's way more logical than all that stars stuff. Just teasing. Yeah, SS. I don't usually notice, right? What's on the bottom of the deck or point it out, but the whale was important. That blue in my lap was nice. Hi, Ignited Beats, Anita, 11:31. You came in. It's 11:34, March 4th. My battery's at 83. You woke up at 2:22 a.m.? Dudes, I went to bed and lying down and just, woo, and then was up and and then I went to bed. It was about 4-ish. 4 a.m. when I went to sleep. Saturnian Sun, Time After Time. That song made me tear up. Yeah. Assess. I liked Soothing the Glitch. I didn't think I would, but I do. I knew you would. I knew you just have to give him a chance because he doesn't bullshit. But that's the thing is we speak how we speak, right? And so it's about what the base integrity things are, right? So we all have our different ways that we talk. We have our different slangs. We have our different ways that we're comfortable. And Glitch just solid pizza slice. That's it. You know, and a lot of it is it's just we all speak how we speak, and to stay true to that with the same message at all times, right? He's not a BS guy. No, he won't sugarcoat it at all. And he enjoys being where he's at, meaning the detachment that it does take to allow ourselves to be triggers. You know, it's different to to know you're doing it for the greater good. Like a mama bird doesn't push a baby bird out of the nest because she's selfish. She pushes it out of the nest because there's not going to be a nest left. It's migration time, man. You got to go, dude. You got to fly, right? You know, like that's it. It's not personal. He's a pure heart of gold underneath all that. Like it's all real, right? Oh my God, Al, I did check my email. I didn't answer because I was just like in shock, dude. That's the most like beautiful fucking thing I ever saw. Thank you. You showed Lily Rose too. She was like, right? Dude, you're gonna make me cry. In the best way. Yeah, that was awesome. It's the last thing I saw before I went to bed. I didn't fall asleep though, but yeah, it's the last image in my head before I went to bed last night. Sophia Rise says, I'm doing dishes, fam. Pardon me if I missed the chat. Right on. Cool. I get it. I listened to all of John Binney's album release the other day while making food and doing dishes. It was soothing as heck. Yes, that's mad respect. Yeah. Trippy, been good. The loud ringing in my head finally silenced last night at about 3 this morning. It's been so loud for about 2 weeks straight. Dude, we can't imagine this straight through because I have a cadence that goes up and down, right? And different things with the ringing, but when it's so constant like that, eh? Good, I'm glad you got a release. Thanks for saying so, Trippy. I hope that other people feel that release as well, because that's hardcore, eh? The 2 weeks straight. Saturnian Sun. Boom. So much more criticism for male channels I've noticed within me. Dude, I fucking love you for writing it down. I remember telling you that last year. Do you remember I said, you let me get away with shit you wouldn't let other people get away with? In a good way, right? That empowered me as a feminine, right? Thank God you were like that, dude. Not joking. Needed it big time. So did a lot of other feminine channels that you asked towards and have elevated in an honorable, respectful, playful, like awesome way, right? We've been dancing and crying together for a long time. But yeah, I see the opening in you, like giving the channels the chance, but then there's the reflections in all the masculine, right? Like for real, the masculine tribe-based vibration that I follow, that I gravitate to, that I resonate with, has an ebb and flow. Like it's not written in stone, listen to people and do what other people do, SS. Like when you said yesterday, so I can be a free thinker. Yeah, for sure. Glitch speaks a certain way for people who haven't thought at all for themselves yet to get them to think that way for themselves. But you got to start somewhere. Because a lot of Glitch's role is to like grab the ones that have no clue or didn't know or just beginning or when we're fluctuating. And like, you know what I mean? So, and he does that for me as well. He's one of my strong masculine that the reflection of how he speaks is so not BS, like tau, that it's a pure learning curve for me without all the bullshit in between. I need that for myself. Yeah, Alex, I love it. I've unsubbed from his channel at least 50 times, and I'm talking about Glitchy Boy. Dude, me too. And It's like watching me religiously every time I have a vid, right? Like, why? It's same with everybody else. We're not always at the same frequency of wanting to hear certain stuff or being in certain places. The messages that we give out and what we share and what comes through us, is sometimes really acts towards like, triggering or poking and stuff. So when you're like so up, like kind of aware of it, you go in and you're not being triggered. You see why he's speaking the way he's speaking, because the flow needs to be there for where we're at with just like the energies and the waves coming through, right? Yes, he's hard. I like him. But that's just it. He is soft as well. He is soothing. The hardness of him isn't raw and unpolished, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, Alex says, well done, SS. I'm just used to his style now. Yeah. Yeah, Al, that was the best thing I think I've seen with my eyeballs in so long, that truck. Thank you. Hi, Anita, my Anita 1111. Peaceful day, all. Take care. You too, sweetie. Thanks for popping in. It's a gorgeous day in Florida, and I'm lying on the couch. Oh, weird. The cards was just a deck. These ones earlier, Trippy, it's just a deck that Angelfish sent me from the West Coast, Angel Fishy, and just, they're so cool. King of Diamonds. They're like a mirror, eh? It's so trippy, trippy. Woohoo! I mean it. That's so trippy, trippy. They're just for fun. I don't do per se like numbers speak to me, and so does what I saw on the cards for myself. But I don't do like card stuff. They're just pretty. Oh, these ones. This is this deck. I just haven't felt to pull one, or one hasn't fallen out yet. My sister got them for me from Arizona. They're not like made there or manufactured or anything. There was no cards available like that were just local. So those are the ones she had chose. Right on, Anita, my Anita 1111. She says, I'm cleaning my filthy house. Yeah, right. Jamming and dancing. And I say that, and that spring cleaning is like, feeling is big, eh? I did a day of a loop around the house. I don't know when, about a week ago or so. Could it have been Sunday? I'm not sure. It was cool. Hey, Dustin Bradlove Frequencies. How are you, dude? Hey, Corey. Is it really 42 degrees there right now? Dude. Corey, the 42s yesterday and 244s were through the roof, dude. I swear, every time I looked at something, it was like, it was 244 or 442. The double fours, just everywhere, everywhere. Every time I looked at something that had like comments and stuff, just the numbers of how everything like, we just had 1144 pass through as I was saying all that. Boom. Start out today with the dragonfly. Been on for 22 minutes. Saturnian Sun says, I only know the major arcana, but those are awesome cards. Excuse for the sipping. Yeah, they're really cool. And sometimes just whatever resonates for whoever, if something pops up, is just better than trying to flow with anything if nothing flows with it, right? Sophia, dishes are done. I'm back. Guess who's back? Ooh, Sophia, Genevieve, I'm uploading now. Wait till you see what it's about. Right on. Saturnian Sun, dishes are fun. Yeah, I do dishes when I want to do them, so I make them fun too. It's 42 for you too. Ooh, you too. Walk away, I will follow. Al, Genevieve, your sister lives in Arizona? No, she lives in Canada. She was just passing through Arizona. She's been to Arizona 3 to 4 times. California 2 or 3 times. Some of those times at the same time. Get it? I know. Yes, the subbing of the channels, the disappearing comments, the being timed out and nobody actually did it. Somebody popping up that I see their name and I, am flowing through so I don't stop, but then it's gone. People disappearing. I was watching a live stream. I was in Slightly Slanted Sleuth, SSS. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not saying that name 3 times. You cannot get me to do that unless you write it down. It would be easier. But at one point, somebody said something. I wrote something down, and then boom, the whole video just timed out. Something went wrong. The screen was looping. And I was like, huh? I thought everybody would have. And then no, it was just me. And Michelle has said that before, where she's watching a live stream and all of a sudden she's just like, it's gone for her. So just flow with it. Flow with it. Sophia, dishes are fun when you have a dishwasher. I actually really don't like dishwashers very much. Yeah, Corey, Maat is just normal for me now too. Boom, Anita, that's a big sync for me. 242 is my brother's death code. Hello, my brother Roger. Roger that. Thank you. That's a big sync for me as well. Not the same kind, but my mom says hello from the other side of the veil with the dragonfly. Loves you, Anita. Corey, the dragonfly has deep memories for me. Sophia Rise. Arizona really was a blast. That's a song by the Scorpions. Yeah, Anita. Missing comments, unsubbing me from friends. I have videos that have like the most views, that have the least comments. Or it says there's 20 comments, but I can only read 3. So, be present where you feel you're meant to be and flow with it the best you can. Saturnian Sun, a dragonfly landed on my hand, much to the amazement of my friends, because I said it would happen. About a year later, I discovered Genevieve. Ask them to come to you for sure. They will. They will. They love it, and just believe. Ask Jen's Gems. She has videos 2 years ago in the spring or in the fall. I forget when she was sharing stuff of saying, like, we don't even have dragonflies here. And they came to me because of Genevieve, right? For real. I send swarms. So when I say I love somebody and I send swarms, waves and waves of dragonflies, yeah, that's completely possible, believe me. United beats Anita. I pulled Archangel Gabriel card twice yesterday. Boom. Thanks for saying that. Hope and Gabriel. Arizona has deep meaning for you too, Corey. For me too. Yeah. Gabriel, Michael, and Chamuel. Tag team. Oh, that was a 22 card, by the way. Truth transcends illusion. Gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. Because if I pull a 22 and it's a dragonfly, you know I'm gonna read it. And it's blue. I'm blue. I have so many blue syncs already that it's like, boom. Yes, as my angels is Michael and is it Azael? As I can't read that. I can't say that. Boom. I'll say it another time. Boom. I woke up at 2:22 and the card was 22. Thank you for saying it, Anita, my Anita, 1111. Yes, Archangel Gabriel is here. Blessings to all. Love is real. She's so proud of us all. Thank you. Truth transcends illusion. Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as Dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, Dragonfly Spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of wisdom, there's far more than you can perceive with your senses. And there's a deep knowing that you're not separate or alone, for a higher power recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipate as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you. Alighting when you are preoccupied, Dragonfly Spirit offers this message. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom, and you're being nudged along your path. Your soul needs to travel to have the experiences it craves. Your soul needs to travel to have the experiences it craves. Love exists in many forms, and sometimes we overlook it when we don't recognize particular forms. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams seemingly sewn into the fabric of the invisible world. And there is a great consciousness that exists in the seemingly empty spaces, guiding us on our journey. Be open to the truth, letting the wisdom of the hidden realms inform you, providing insights to your conscious minds overlook. Protection message. Did you really think this world of senses is all there is? From the hidden mystical realm, signs are being sent to you, but perhaps you perceive separation and convinced yourself you're on your own. Have you fallen into spiritual amnesia and forgotten your connection to a living, loving, always supportive universe? If so, rub that sleep out of your eyes, for Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of the love and support available to you at every moment in time. There's an underlying principle of events you have experienced, and the Dragonfly Spirit can help you see and trust that Spirit has your back. Let go of the illusion of chaos and randomness. Love is here. So follow the signs that appear serendipitously. Y'all have to say that, please. If you're sitting there listening to me, say serendipitously. You'll be glad you tried it. I'm here to tell you. As you pay attention to all the magic around you, you will know you are on the right track. The little things that make the big things. Trippy. Gabrielle took me to a rock on top of a mountain and played me a song. It was lovely. When he finished the song, I was teleported somewhere else. There was a person there that needed water, no one to give. Thanks, Anita. Archangel Chamuel sends light and friendships, open arms. Open arms, Journey. Isn't that a Journey song? Azazel is the angel of caps as well as Michael? Yes, SS. Exactly. It does, it's very Callie-esque, eh? Callie-esque. Callie. Callie-ma. The colors. Definitely. Always I think of Callie when this card. Big time. Trippy continues. It was a hard time getting the water to him, but I did it anyway. Then there was a loud sound, and I could see the wings come out of my back in my shadow. Then I woke up and felt my wings go back in. I could feel the open places with my fingers as they closed. We totally get it, Trippy. That part, I do. That part in Maleficent, I've only ever seen Maleficent once, and that's that. That's that. When the scene where he coaxes her out of her wings, there's nothing graphic, like zero graphics about that scene, right, Trippy? But what you just wrote that I read out loud, I don't think, you know what I mean? It took me fucking 6 days to fucking wipe myself of what it felt like to just be triggered by the scene of that because of what you're saying. The feeling of the... I get it. Did you do it? Oh, Anita's laughing, and Saturnian Sun wrote down serendipitously. So thank you guys. Oh my gosh, eh? Saturnian Sun serendipitously. That's a lot of S's. Whew. Sophia Rise. Some of us are angels. It's so beyond that word that it's undefinable. Right, Sophia? It's so beyond the word. Saturnian Sun says, angels have their purpose. Sophia's next comment is, you never know when you're entertaining them. Oh, I know I'm entertaining my fucking angels. They fucking laugh at me all the time. I say at me, but it's with me, right? When I say follow the shivers and the giggles, they lead the way. Who do you think's making me giggle back here, right? Yeah. They got a sense of humor better than SNL, I'm here to tell you. Thank gosh. Yeah, Sophia, I'm going back to Cali. For sure, always go back to Cali. There's more nurturing in there than anybody has been programmed to believe, that's for sure. Joe Awesome One, how's your day going? It's 11:59 Eastern Time. My battery's at 77. Nita, my best friend of 44 years. Whoa. Passed on 11/3/2020. She sent me Open Arms by Journey. Hello, Nancy. Miss you, my sweet dear friend. Whoa, I knew that was going to be a sync. I have shivers everywhere, sweetie. Thanks for sharing that. That's a huge sync. Just the Nancy. I was just listening to Nancy Sinatra, Bang Bang, a cover, not actually Nancy. But then when I read Nancy, it brings me to a different name of like my best friend. So thanks for wrapping her in the energy here too. Nicole. Nicole. Thank you. Oh, SS. Eesh, I'm not sure what that means. SS says, I have a request. Oh shit, it's 12:01 Eastern Time. What's the request? I hope it's of somebody else. Anita, my 11, I love you, Joey boy. Yes, sharing channels, please. Yes, this Nancy Sinatra was awesome. We loves her. She was there, she's gone. These boots are made for walking for sure. That's the thing though, eh? Speaking of, Callie and Shiva, I refuse to walk over people. People want me to walk on them because I'm light as a feather almost. And I fucking, like, that insults the shit out of me. If there's one thing that's ever insulted me in my life is when somebody says, you're small, just walk on my back. That is, like, the biggest, like, that's probably the one thing that would trigger me now into wanting to punch a motherfucker. That assuming that I would actually walk on somebody's back just because I'm small. Oh, don't even get me started. Paradox Fossils, I got something to show you. I started so fucking. Actually, that sounds so bad. I know. I'm actually going to take a second and walk around for a minute before I show you. Sophia says Shiva drinks and goes puff puff maybe. Saturnian Sun, I've been trying to put together a video on judgment, but I would like to do it live as a discussion. Can you help me when I decide to do it live? Like helping you be like by being the best cheerleader ever in the comments, you mean? Or by being like rah 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 with you? Oh, I gotta take a break. Give me a minute. If I don't, gotcha.
No passing this.
Mother, may I please pass because I want to pee my pants.
What's the Latin word?
I'm going to pee my pants. May I
What's the
please pass?
Latin
Pretty
word?
please with sugar on top. Open sesame.
No. No.
Unicorn land.
Okay.
Oh my freak show.
There's two different passwords. One's for going out, one's for going in.
You're gonna make me beg to go back into my own living room?
What's the password?
Unicorn land.
No.
Sweetie,
It's a
you know
new-
what?
There's a different one for each one.
Okay, well you're gonna have to tell me at least once because it's already hard enough for me to remember stuff.
Mermaid.
Okay.
Does anything to do with mermaid, that's it. It's not just mermaid, it's something.
Okay, sweetie, I'm not an intuitive person to guess things. Why? Really?
It's something.
Mermaids poop under the sea. I don't know how they do because they have no legs. So where's their butt? That's the password.
No.
Lily.
Oh my god, it's the simplest thing.
It's not simple to me. It actually like makes me feel like dumb, to be honest.
Mermaid land. Unicorn land is mermaid land.
Of course. But of
Duh!
course.
Took my head like a lot of times.
Sometimes I just don't get her sense of humor. I really don't. I don't say that in a mean way. It's very strange. Okay. Can you see it? Ah! Ba, ba, ba. It's so funny too because every time I look at the word that I'm doing, I just like laugh. So it's like a giggly drawing, right? Instead of all like whatever. It's just like it's so fucking funny. Just a minute, one more time. This way or that way? Which way should I put it? The screen is so fucking small because of the app, eh? I know, what amuses me for inspiration is so fucking random, right? So fucking random. Yes, we are, Sophia. That's 144%. Boom. I've been on for 144. It flipped to one. Yeah, for 44.1 actually. Sorry. So I've been on for 44.27. Yes. Sophia says, I'm attaching the Myers-Briggs test to my vid. I'm wondering if most of us are INFJs. Sorry about the saying it wrong, whatever. But yes, I have seen the documentation of that before. I forget whose channel, but I noticed that as well about 8 years ago. I saw it coming into fruition. The knowing that's it's like a way to find each other. So especially when I was on Facebook back in the day, you know what I mean? I saw the pattern and who resonates with me. Also that indigo warrior spirit as well. Yeah, for sure, sweetie. I'm interested. I can't wait to see that vid. That's awesome. It's Attorney and Son, you say, Genevieve, read my comments and make a decision, even if you don't say it here. No, I'll say it here. SS, if I'm guided and if it's meant to be, I will definitely do a live stream with you, or you know what I mean, or a connection so that you can, we could flow together. That being said, it's not of my comfort zone to actually have a topic, right? So it's not that that's going to deter me from doing it. It's that I have to be guided and it has to like flow. Because having just one set topic and staying on that track, I can't promise that to you. And you know how you were saying yesterday, you want to structure your channel and stuff. Like I said, I've been trying to do that for a year, and it's just like all the time, every day. Just go in, right? There's no rhyme and reason at all to me, in a way. But then in another way, there's a consistency to me that is surreal almost, right? It's just there. Another channel that mirrors me in a way that like is just undefinable is Trina. I forget what Trina's channel name is called, but Trina from Milky Way Messenger channel. Trina, if you go look at her videos, just scroll her videos. She's so gosh darn authentic that you can solidly scroll her videos for 2 years. 2 years. And every single day, just, it's her. There's no fluff, right? It's just her. And it's just that, right? I'm so ready for collaborations, and I've always seen us merging, SS. So how and what, I don't know. So if it is the judgment thing that's meant to start us off with a flow of interconnectedness together, like merging channels for the greater good, then that's just, it's there, it's coming. I'm not a planner, so when you know, you know. If you feel it, just email me and ask and say it. Me and Nicholas have done 2 live streams together, one of them with Elf, and we didn't talk first. I didn't talk to Milky either first before I went on. You know, sometimes we just do jump in. You ready? Yeah, let's do it tonight, right? So what's meant to be will be. Because it's your channel, your subject, your thing you want, just, you'll know when you know. Just let me know. Does that make sense? Joe, you doing good? Resting well? Right on. Cool. SS, me just promote it, then you discuss accordingly, for sure. Yeah, SS, cheerleader disagree. But that's the thing, is that even if I disagree, I'm still a cheerleader for us all. I don't have the same views and opinions and inside things that I want for myself as 3/4 of the people that I listen to, SS. But that's okay. I'm still here to cheerleader everybody as who they are and what they need for the community-based stuff they want to build on, right? The unity of it all, it's not about agreeing to me. It's about the kindness and the respect throughout. That's why I'm a neutral, like you say, that well respected in the community for good reason, is because I am so with everyone, right? Like there's channels I would say to USS and you would go look at them and you would be like, what the fuck? You guided me here? And I would be like, yeah, I did. Why? Because I see the soul within and I totally, completely understand what their mission's about and their purpose and what they're here for. And I like really respect it and I don't have a judgment of it. You know what I mean? Big time. Oh my gosh, Paradox, does Artessa sound like a good name for a girl? Yes, it does. Artessa, that's freaking beautiful. It gives me shivers head to toe. Why? Because art has like the connotation of Artemis in it for me. Then the artist, right? So creativity would flow through an Artessa if she's meant to be named Artessa, right? And just the tesseract. Like, whoa, I could decode that and just sit there like for like freaking hours and say how beautiful of a girl's name that is. Paradox. That's a beautiful name. Flowing that with middle names, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine, right? Whew. Thanks for sharing that. That's beautiful. Yeah, Saturnian Sun says that's an awesome name. Yeah, peaches. Love peach tea. Right on. It's not done yet, Paradox. If you like, when it's done, I don't know if you're somewhere, but I usually send them through email or Instagram. Paradox, my twin flame fits like a dove. I said dove. Ooh, you wrote glove. That's so beautiful. Like Paradox, I said you wrote my twin flame fits like a glove, and I read my twin flame fits like a dove. That's so cool. Sophia Rise, Trina, Phoenix. That's what I thought. Phoenix Rise. Boom. That's what I thought. I don't know why you wrote Katrina, Christina, Arena, Zena, Judy, Atalie, Katie, Cassandra. Those are all really pretty, but none of those really give me shivers like Artessa. Artessa gave me shivers. Those names, I have syncs with all those names, especially Judy, but they don't rock my crank very much. Not in a bad way or anything. So I got my best footage of our red kite bird of prey today. Right on. I'll look out for that today, Joe, when I start scrolling vids later. SS Paradox, my ex-girlfriend's been calling and texting me. This is the third time she wants to come back. I truly love her, but becoming hesitant. Advice? Can I give you advice? Everybody gets the chance to be seen as brand new, so don't see her as your ex-girlfriend. See her as the name that she is, that you want to call her right now, and give her a fucking chance. Because even if she doesn't come back as your, like, girlfriend, she can be your best friend. And that's important, dude. That's what we're here to do, is rewrite the scripts of who we are, how we talk to people, who we interact with, and how we do it. Right? Exactly. Paradox. If you love her, you take her back. That's it. Saturnian Sun, third time though. Not sure I can handle the heartache a third time. But why would you even think you're going to handle heartache? The third time's the charm, SS. Right? You learn so much, you grew so much, you got to give her the chance. You don't have to hop into a situation right away. You allow yourself the frequency. Everybody is new again right now, right? Everybody gets the chance to be new again. And so sometimes it's that thing, right? You're thinking that the form, every day I pull a card that says stop being attached to the form, because when you've lived experiences, you want a new form. You want a new body, a new avatar with new fucking problems to come to see you, right? So you're just going to get another version of that person in a way. So that, you know, love is love, SS. You can't put it in somebody else's package. Joe, I will add it to your shout out video, but I'm going to do two as the U2 song. I want to listen to it first for a few days. But do you like Queen? I do like Queen. I do. Alex, in love, it's not customary to give advice, SS. In a way, but you know what? Sometimes, Alex, just seeing the higher perspective, right? It's important to see other perspectives. Trippy Sunless, take caution when searching for defining oneself with human words. They can limit you. You actually are due to the definition of the label you may place on yourself. Exactly, Trippy. That's why I don't tend to say certain things or need certain labels. I get it. Sophia, I listen to Queen in 432 hertz. Paradox, soft heart, lonely heart, broken heart, crushed heart, hardened heart. Soften your heart, open your heart. Yeah, Paradox, I've had them all as well. And that's why you open your heart bigger. Right on. Thanks. I'll send it to you when it's done, Paradox. Nita says, hey, it's 11:11 here. Set your good intentions. Yes, it's a 4-3-2-1 day that adds up to 5. It's a 5-year, all that stuff. I get it. It's a big portal day today, for sure. They all are. Just grab your numbers and know yourself, eh? Here, Anita, I'll put you in blue, sweetie. There you go. Saturnian Sun, she has been my best friend. When she here, heroin addict. Everybody was an addict of something at one point. All right? Yeah, fresh and clean, Danny. How are you? Danny Skylark. Gotta run, Sophia. Thanks for being here. Thanks for putting Danny's channel up, Joe. I appreciate that. Sharing is caring. Hi, Magical Mystery Skywatcher. How was your birthday yesterday, Mork? Happy birthday. Yesterday. Did you have cake? If so, what kind of cake? Oh, talk about the cake. If you didn't have cake, what did you have instead of cake? Yeah, Alex. Thank you for saying that. If that's what you want, Anita, just if you want to be blue, you want a ranch, just say it. Genevieve will make you blue. I'll make you blue. Yeah, SS, heroin is dangerous though. I may lose my shit if she died of it. Is she using now? Yes or no? It's a duck or it's not a duck. Is she using right now? Right? If she is using right now, what are the wounds that she's not facing? There is healing that you can give without immersing yourself in the situation and it becoming toxic for you, SS, right? There are many people that I anchor still now who use certain things still. They're still in a cycle of it, and it's okay. I don't get myself in it, immersed in it. I'm not enabling it, but I'm there when people need it. In ways, you know, that's that. Everybody needs to be seen as fresh, even if it's their first day. Right? There's ways to do so much without being immersed in the situation. Holding space from afar, just believing in the person is already more solid than thinking yucky shit about somebody. Saturnian Sun, not sure. She wants to come back. This is a safe place for her. I don't do that stuff, but no judgment in that regard. I wonder if she's running away from real love. I'm gonna cry now. Let yourself cry, but the one question I would ask, SS, the one thing that I bypass when somebody wants to talk to me or contact me is I don't ask. Show me yourself in real time. If you're having face-to-face contact on any level or have seen her eyes in like a real-time picture, that will give you a validation, right? You trust yourself inside. Your soul contracts, you know what you can give and what you can't give. You understand what sovereignty is about yourself. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Seemingly out of nowhere, the jolt of the electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you're meant to explore. Epiphanies and aha moments are gifted to you right now, so celebrate. Your life has the potential for profound transformation, and inspiration arises in you, electrifying you so that you can't even wait to get started to bring your ideas to life. The revelations you experience now are meant to set you on a new path. So don't be afraid to act. Explore, examine. Don't fear the changes that may come. For Spirit wants to shower you with love, success, and abundance so that you have that you have hoped to experience all along. Now is a thrilling time of epiphanies, inspired ideas, and innovation. This is a wondrous sign for you today. Protection message. Ideas do need to percolate as they are rarely downloaded in detailed form. Have you too quickly dismissed epiphanies because you couldn't see where they might lead you? Have you rushed to follow the muse without taking time to contemplate the meaning of your aha moment? Perhaps your dream's going to take a different form than you first imagined, morphing into something else that's even better. Spirit's plans are often hard to discern, but so much more satisfying once they've taken over from your own predetermination. Maybe your big idea is taking more time to take shape than you expected. Yeah. Have you considered that you're meant to learn something in the process of bringing it into being? I know that. Commit to the transformation. Right? Commit to the transformation and into learning lessons this new venture will bring. And soon you'll see that your aha was even more valuable than you realized when you first felt it electrify you. Yes, Joe. Be strong and love yourself fully. Love us within, no one else. Love us within you. Not no one else is. You know what I mean. Saturnian Sun. I'm not as attractive as she wants. She still likes and lusts after young men. That's a statement coming from your ego, not from your higher self. There is no way your higher self thinks that. Right? That's your ego. That's you. Love you, dude. You're the one that don't think you're as hot as you are. That's you. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just true. Always, Paradox. You should cry, then laugh. Yeah. That's usually how I stop crying, is by some sort of weird ass comment, laughing in a way.
Did you know turtles breathe through their butts?
Yeah. We let it out, but when it's time to turn it around, oh my God. It's on
turn it right back around.
Oh yeah. Once that pity train's done leaking, it can be in mid snot, but something's gonna happen to make it funny. I'm here to tell you. Oh yeah. We had an event last night, and we know. We got it. We got it. We do. That Way called me one time. When I moved in here, I had a crying fit with That Way, and then 2 seconds later, I was like snorting and laughing. And it was gross because I was like, I can't go from 144% leaking tears to laughing and snorting because I just swallowed a bunch of snot, and that made it even funnier. You know what I mean? The snot is real. You want to let your crying go through and then just look at your snot. You want to make your own self feel better? Start playing with your snot. It's my #1 life tip. You want to turn yourself around? Start playing with your snot. I know. Ooh, snot, right? Look at it. There's crystals and diamonds in there. First of all, Joe, I wish I was joking. And it's all sticky. It changes everything around. Especially when you're like really crying an ugly cry and you get that trail of snot. if you want to, you could like totally turn it around by like going like, and then like when snot comes and like hits you in the forehead when you're crying and you think you've hit rock bottom, how do you stay at rock bottom when the snot's on your forehead all of a sudden? It hits your third eye and just activates the funny button. It does. It does.
How does it get up? How is it here, then get up here?
Well, that's the thing. If you can make your snot like, then, you know, it's funny.
What's up?
Joe says, stop. No, I've so put the words into you that there's no way next time that you cry, there's going to be snot coming out of somewhere. And you're going to be like, oh my God, there's Genevieve and her cheesy way to stop making me cry when it's done. There's snot everywhere. It's not even funny. I know. The untold story about awakening. There's a secret snot button you can just press on and make yourself happy. Water retains memory, guys. Oh, I can't help it. I'm kind of drippy just like talking about it so much. Right? Here, I'll share. Oh, man. As says, the migraine's gone. Now we're dealing with emotions. Damn, I needed this day. Right on. So one thing's gone. Whoosh, the pain is gone. Now we're dealing with emotions. That's way better than a migraine, right? Bottled emotions make a migraine. You started talking about your emotions. There goes the migraine. Okay. I needed this day. I'm glad I came on. I was feeling all like, oh, I gotta go do a live stream. It's 1, 2, 3, 3 on the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been on for 109. My battery's at 67. Yeah, Sus. You gotta see it for what it is. The first time she was here healthy, the second time addicted to meth, and now heroin. She's running. Says she don't like me that way physically, then that's okay. Then you don't have that part. You have just the other part. Right? There doesn't need to be the physical part. You don't have to, like, you know, you can know what feels good. Black bunnies pooping the blue diamonds. Oh yeah. Yeah, Seth, my peeps, when I do cry, they wonder if I'm laughing or crying. I get it. It's not even funny, SS. Hi, Road Trip Eddie. Right on. Eddie says, good morning, I'm Irish and I welcome that t-shirt. Right on, it actually comes from Ireland, for real. My sister got it for me. So does my chain. Al. Okay, folks, sitting here in California, waiting for a load to Orlando, Florida, wondering if we should go surfboarding. Yeah? Do you really have a surfboard, Al? I'm gonna touch a surfboard someday. Maybe even get on one. When I grow up. When I get older. Michelle says, steady Eddie, I have Irish blood. Says, I know Genevieve, but I want to be connected with her physically. Is that so wrong? No, it's not. And that's where like when I say that we rewrite the scripts of what friendship is and what we need from another, right? And stuff like that. Just being somebody's best friend and holding each other so that she can get through her shit and you yours is completely like, yeah, yeah. Al says, I should go rent one, I guess. And Eddie says, Al, do you even ride? Do you even surf? I already know what my surfboard almost looks like because it has a dragonfly on it. It does. I've already seen it in my mind's eye. I will know it when I have it, or I'll be the one to paint to like make it. I don't know. Who knows? But I've already planned my surfboard timelines, and it's a coming up, buttercups. It's coming up. SS, thank you, Genevieve. This was priceless. You know what, too, SS, is that there is no judgment in how and who helps us pass through the things, right? Just don't let yourself get entangled in something. It's so you can love and support and not be hurt. Knowing that if she chooses to use, she uses, but that you're there in the moments that she's trying to not. And like I said, somebody who used yesterday and is on their first day needs someone. It's okay for it to be somebody's first day or second day. Somebody's got to be there on some level. It doesn't have to be immersed and hurt. SS, I'm a snotty ball of tears. Right on. I love it. Why? Because it's real. Feels good, eh? Instead of harboring that migraine all day long and bringing it into a ball of confusion, just allow. Remember when I said, I forget when I said it or where. Yeah, it hurts me to see her run. But turn it around. Be proud of her. The more that she does what she needs to do, she's going to come into an awareness. If she's even just reaching out to you and talking to you, it's already more than somebody else who's like so immersed that they won't even talk to anybody, right? Al says, we're going independent soon. I guess we can just do just about anything. Yeah. I always add for the greatest and highest good of the all in that, Al. So I'm open to a lot of stuff, but it closes the door to a lot of possibilities coming forward to me as well, if that makes any sense. Exactly, Eddie. It's a long road to stand by someone on. It's not for most. But that's the thing, is that it's from a different perspective when it's like, you know, not 3D where you're going to immerse yourself in it. You can hold space for anyone doing anything at any given time and not be in the situation. Paradox, I love Drops of Jupiter. SS, I'm just scared really, and the heart can't take much more. And that's the thing. That's the lie we tell ourselves. No. Your heart can take so much more. Your heart's so fucking big. Your heart is way so big. When you think you can't take much more, more comes. This isn't you not being aware of a situation and somebody trying, you know. Assess, there's people, it's been 2 years of knowing people are doing certain things and being certain ways, but that I can still anchor them without being in it. You know? I don't know, like I can't you know, it's just an inner knowing of there's the time to step in, and then there's a time to be just from afar, completely seeing the timeline for what it is and helping it to flow to where it needs to get to. Right? I don't know if that makes sense. We bend timelines by our belief and what energy we put into things. You know, that's why I can seem so like, oh, I'm so wounded when I talk about what it feels like to feel other people's thoughts. But it's like, no, that's not the point of my vids or me saying it out loud. It's because we need to take accountability for what we think and feel at all times for real, because it is all felt. You can't just ride we hear the same songs and see the same dragonflies and see the same clouds and then not realize when you turn your lights out and you start thinking of like weird ass shit that it's not all around. So it's the same thing for somebody who is in addictive patterns. If you're sending out a ripple effect of purity towards that person and knowing that they can do this for themselves and certain things, like your thought patterns, right? It changes and it elevates somebody's timeline. It doesn't hold back and pull. It pivots people into their awareness. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, guys. You get it, Danny, what I'm saying? It's like the way I'll say, I walk hand in hand with the masculine collective, but I sure as shit don't listen to certain stuff and enable it. You know? I know people still act and be certain ways. I love them anyways. I just don't participate if they choose to be of a certain nature in a given moment of now. Right? You get it? Yeah, okay. Perfect sense? Cool. I'm not sure, right? Because I'm talking to myself and there's no flow. So thank you for that. Road trip, stay tough. I've been through helping someone like that before, and each situation is different. I've had one good recovery that still is, and one I think that's gone forever. Yeah. SS, third time, no Eddie, same patterns. I know SS, but you have to have some sort of, if you know what I mean, inspire yourself with the people. It didn't take the first time, right? So yes, third time's the charm. Third time is the charm. You know, like, yes, bad things comes in threes, but there's also the expression, third time is the charm. So which one, right? Is the glass half full? Is the glass half empty? Which one are you going to anchor in? Just because you're thinking third time is the charm, SS, doesn't mean she'll choose that timeline. But you're there anchoring it in. 12:44 Eastern Time. Thanks, Danny. 10:44 Western Time where you are. Been on for 121. My battery's at 63. Boom. The power of 3. Yeah, sis. It hurts when she leaves. Easy to say. Not so easy to do. Yeah. It's not possible to love anyone right now who's in their complete demons at all, SS. You can only anchor. You can only offer safe haven for a certain amount of time. You can't immerse somebody in your reality that's not doing the work, right? For real. A lot of things are being thrown at us to see if we're going to anchor in the same patterns, SS. That's why I say only you can know, right? I get thrown situations all the time that are exactly the same stuff as usual for me. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I say the learning curve of me here to rewrite a script So how in a certain moment of a certain timeline am I asked to rewrite it? Sometimes I'm not doing it as gently as I would like to these days, but why? Because like you said earlier, like Glitch, sometimes I'm hard. And I just, you know what? I don't get enough softness to be soft sometimes. I'm here to bring forth certain messages, and I just do. You know? I'm already melted cheese like everywhere. I can only be so soft when, you know, at sometimes when certain things are coming through. It's just bigger than me. Yeah. Imprint. Yes, SS. All you can do is offer support. It hurts me though. Detachment, SS, where, you know, the lion in a meditative state, to completely pull yourself up from both your timelines to see it from the higher good. You might be feeling that her soul is choosing not to ascend. There's a lot of free will choices happening right now, guys. This is real. This isn't a joke. So, you know, she could be. Only you can know, right? You got a picture of her? You want to send me her eyes? I'll know what she's chosen already. The choices have already been made. The lines have already been drawn. And the proof of that is when I said yesterday, I've tried to cut every fucking reel, like the timelines that are set in stone, written in the stars, cannot be changed. I've tried it all. I have. And I'm not saying that in a mean way or a bad way. I'm saying it in the way that, you know, people change timelines all the time by the choices they don't make every day. Right? So if I'm meant to be here, me not give a shit on a certain level, right? Talking hard again, what Glitch said yesterday. I don't care on a certain level how everybody gets here. I do what I do and say what I say that I'm meant to say to get people, because they can't. Even if they want to go back, their soul is so like master builder, there's no fucking way. I know they're getting here no matter, even if they want to fuck around here forever. Right? That's it. Am I here to anchor and pull and do the things? And yeah, but am I to put myself into a loop? Like, you know what I mean? SS, I have black and white. Like, there's certain like things that people can't bypass with me. I don't do chemicals. Right? So as sweet as I am about saying the word heroin out loud, that's fine. But I don't bring that into my space with me and Lily Rose. That is that. Why? Because that's levels above shit I don't know. And that ripple effects into a society that can have my child taken away from me. So it's black and white. I support so much on so many levels, but not in my immediate reality at all. Right? There are people who have chosen in the last 2 years to not tell me that they're users of certain things. But it's like, guess what? I already know. Because you can't come into my frequency, speak certain ways for a year, and then me not know. And there's no judgment of me. That's why I'll speak all the time. But I still know that chemical type of shit is there within that frequency. You can't pretend it's not. Frequency doesn't lie, guys. So if you're laced with something, like that's something, it's there in your aura. It can't be bypassed. Even if you don't show up and you never showed yourself, your aura of certain things. But there's no judgment because, like I said, the higher self already is saying, I'm going to get there no matter what. So, yup, you're meant to trigger me today. You're going to do it, bitch. You're going to do it. And it's like, fuck, I don't want to. I'm so sick of this. And it's like, yeah, you got to. Because I got to get here. Right? Yes, Paradox. We are all soulmates. And we all have different soul contracts on different levels. Some contracts are set in stone of certain things that must happen. And that is that. They are monumental pivots and markers in people's life, and they must happen. And when those things don't happen, that's where you'll have realities of people who are so fucked up that, exactly, they wipe out another part of a bunch of timelines because they didn't do these things or these things weren't met. It's so much bigger than us and so multi-layered. If in our reality something doesn't play out, in another reality it's playing itself out inversed or looped or in a different way that bounces back to us in this reality, right? So one of my fractals of myself is fucking around, not doing the shit she's supposed to do somewhere, and me get the karma for it. My partner, my real true fucking divine partner, writes stuff out, spells shit out. So it happens to me in my reality because he thinks that. And these are the things that come to me as my stuff so that I can integrate this for him on some level, which is actually me because he's a mirror of me living out a life that's completely the opposite but the same on so many different fucking timelines that it can't be bypassed. It's big. You know, it's so much bigger than just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm Michelle living here on Earth. Okay, yeah, right. No. It says, sometimes soulmates aren't meant to be together in this lifetime. That's the hard truth. Everybody has their thing, right? Like, I know for myself what this lifetime entails. It doesn't mean that the free will of somebody else is going to do that, right? Not at all. People have the ripple effect of what they've lived, and they, you know, they do or they don't. Eddie, I know, it's beyond tough. It's super deeply painful, but you also have to take care of you, yes, first. Not be an enabler towards others' self-destruction. Exactly. You know, it doesn't benefit the greater good of the all to be taking certain people in certain situations so that they do have the place to rest so that they can go out and do shit even worse the next day, right? Go figure your shit out. And if something worse happens because you're sleeping somewhere, I can't be responsible for that, right? You can't be responsible for it. It's like, you know what I'm saying, right? SS says, road trip, I'm probably going to take her back in, just terrified of the pain. You need to get to the place where you actually have no fear of having pain. Otherwise, the situation is going to manifest itself so fast, SS, that you'll be back here in like such a big time span saying she did this, 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 and this. You're going to manifest chaos. Why? Because you don't believe in the timeline. And I've been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks. You must be true to yourself and your path, because if you start saying yes to things that are exterior of your timelines and opening new timelines, you're going to create a ripple effect of chaos. Because the only reason you're supposed to say yes to something in your timeline is because you are so sovereign in yourself. It gives you shivers. You know it's for you, and you know there's a ripple effect for the greater good of the all. Right? And if you don't know that, then what you're going to create is still going to be for the greater good of the all, but in a way of chaos. We're going to like teach some lessons of how it feels to get hurt again, right? So SS, you're in kind of sustained weeks at a time of opening your heart, opening your heart, opening your heart. So yeah, life's going to throw you a situation where you can like just grab onto it and say, this happened to me, so I'm going to shut my heart again. Right? But guess what? You have to open it again. Anyways. So at this point, you're either going to let this situation happen because it's so pure and so good, because you've learned so much already, Or it's like, yeah, I'm keeping my heart open to you, but I'm not bringing you into any of my reality because I like feeling like this. I want to be able to press on that live stream button and talk with my people at all times and figure my shit out and not have somebody in the fucking bathroom fucking puking. Right? Holy fuck. I didn't realize that within 24 hours, I was going to be like fucking wondering if somebody was going to fucking pull a knife on me because heroin is heroin. Right? So really, this is where I've been saying this for weeks as well. This is the pattern where everything's awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm so open, I'm going to let stuff in, but we let the wrong thing in. That's actually the right thing because we need another lesson of what it feels like to shut it down. But that's the thing. Ultimately, whatever you're going to choose right now, your heart is going to bask in wanting to be reopened. So which timeline are you going to choose? Right? It's this fast, you know, and I've been reading it for days as well, with the antelope spirit. If something's meant to come into your life, SS, it's going to come no matter what. And if you try to bypass and it's really like not in your timelines, it won't be able to happen. So depending on where you're at, how really aligned you are, and your team's on board of, hey, he's learned enough of this shit. We're stopping this. You know? So you could say, like, yeah, come back. And then all of a sudden you got no answer back. And she's just, or she'll say, like, thanks for saying I'm coming back, but I found something else. Click. Right? Because the universe is going to stop it. So there is you knowing self, but depending on where you're at in your timelines and how much you're meant to be on track, you know, these are the higher perspective kind of options. And this goes for anybody's stories right now and choices and decisions, right? Myself as well included. It don't matter if think I'm vibing with one thing. I can't go into it if it's not meant to be right now. Not at all. Not at all. You know, that's how aligned I am with, if it's not, I want to be protected from it if it's not for my best good, right? If I'm like missing a little bit and sniffing a little bit in the wrong track, I want to be right back, like whoosh, whoosh, realigned. That's it. I didn't come this and play this much to be spending a whole other year learning the same lessons with a different decor and a different form. Like I'm like solid on that. You know what I mean? Road trip Eddie, it's kind of like if someone cheats on you. If you go back to that person, you're also accepting that kind of behavior, and it will usually always repeat. That depends on, you know, like, it depends. That's so multi-layered, Eddie, right? There are people who needed that experience and then pivot themselves into a reality of that just, they could never stray in the same ever again. Ever. It solidifies who they want to be. Whereas there are people who it's their pattern, right? But even somebody who's their pattern, if they actually work on themselves and they are a whole new person, you don't see them the same way. This is where awakening takes a whole other level of what disclosure is. Disclosure of awakening is guess what? If you got the chance to be an asshole and a dick and you were able to forgive yourself for it all, so does everyone else, right? What you expect from somebody, you're going to get. So if you think that somebody's going to cheat on you, they will. Because even if they don't, you're making up in your head that they are. Right? So everybody knows somebody who did something wrong. I'm going to give you the exact example of a child. Let's bring this down like... A child drops a glass at a grandmother's house. She's either going to be imprinted with, it's okay to drop a glass. I could actually throw a glass and my grandma will like just be happy I'm here. Or she's going to be imprinted with, I gotta be really careful because I just got a plastic cup after. right? So the person who broke a glass, the child who broke a glass, knows that they want to be careful, but the expectation is not that they're going to break another glass. They get another glass. They get the freedom to have another glass. But the other child, you know, here, a little bit of hesitancy. You're going to prove yourself again before you get a glass, buddy. Right? You know what I'm saying? So the expectations. Everybody messes up. Often, right? Often. The only reason somebody ever cheats is because they weren't getting attention where they were, right? I've known the most monogamous, faithful people ever be the ones to be in a situation that would be judged as cheating, but they were dying inside, and the only way that they could save themselves was to put them into a situation that was that can be judged or analyzed as cheating. But what's cheating now, right? What is cheating now? From a fifth dimensional perspective, when we're coming from a third dimensional perspective of couples being married and it's tits and ass and work husbands and fantasies everywhere in the background. Nobody knows what it's like to be faithful to themselves, even in the same room as somebody. You're looking at somebody else's tits while you're looking at your wife and telling her, like, what's for supper? Right? So what is cheating? What's faithful? What's integrity? We don't even have a clue of that. We're rewriting every script of what actual, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Eddie, says, I don't know what's going on. Just a few words said above. All I can offer is the words of wisdom I know from my own life experiences. I know, Eddie, I love it. And that's the thing. You'll never actually know what's going on in one of my streams. I just kind of flow from comment to comment and just bounce off it. So thanks for giving me something to go on, dude. It's awesome. 1303. Yes, I think the situation I'm in is the perfect example of give till it hurts. Then don't give. Right? Me knows. Me gave till it hurt so much last year, SS, no matter what, just because I was allowing for that unconditional love. Right? That's why I can say I'm still loving from afar, but I am not implicated in zip zero nothing of what I was in before, right? Yes, Alex says, oh, Genevieve, even when he asked the question, he's already knew the answer. It's subconscious. Yes, but allowing ourselves to write it out, and especially me say it out loud after, it's really big, and it ripple effects of what it feels like inside, and like that learning curve of what, when we interact, right, it helps us to just pivot the aha of the having said it, of the knowing it. Like, it's really great, we're all lone wolf experts at talking with ourselves, but just seeing and feeling things a different way just is so different. Yes, disagree. I want her to be clean, and I expect it. If it doesn't happen because of patterns, we both hurt in different ways. I agree, SS. What hurts one hurts all, right? So ultimately, that's the thing. I get it. But I don't know, and that's why I say, like, to see her eyes, right? Because if you're like me, I mean it, then I see that the higher self will make it through. Or I see that there's no way. There's somebody that I saw in October, and it was the first time I'd ever seen a soul, and I was like, I have no clue. That person is like right there on that line of, you know, of making the choice to stay or go. And it's not the day of that person's going to stay or go. It's like in a future timeline. The knowing that person is going to or will not. Yeah, Danny, I learned to love self no matter what. Assess says, yeah, Danny, this is where I struggle. Exactly, Eddie. True love doesn't hurt, shouldn't hurt. Self-hurt is self-hurt. Paradox, I'd rather live with fairies. Same. Excuse me. Just keep analyzing the feels. Assess. And come to figure out and detach and stay the middle and see it from a higher perspective. It doesn't matter who it is as a soul. It is possible to completely like see the timelines from a higher perspective. It's necessary in these times right now. That's it. I think, anyways, it's pivotal, right? Compassion. You okay, girl? The pink and the blue. A lot of blue energy coming through today. I'm going to take a little walkabout for a second or two, whatever. And I've got this in front of me. That's why the pink is so prevalent too for me. Forgot I grabbed this at the beginning. It's just too heavy. I don't want it around my neck, but I needed it on me. You gonna go, SS? SS, holding back the tears, thinking of the fear I've had so long, holding back the years. When somebody hears, listen to the fear. I hope you feel witnessed today, SS, and that it helps you with your, just that inside, how it feels. Love you, dude. Thanks for sharing. I'm grateful for you. 1311 here. 1111 for Danny. Thank you, Danny. Joey says, I sang that song a couple weeks ago. Bye, SS. Have a wonderful day. Joe, do you know the song Joey by Concrete Blonde? I usually sing that song because I love it, but my landlord's name is Joey, so it makes me uncomfortable to sing it here, to be honest. I know it sounds weird, but, and it's just weird. I'm gonna link the song. Joey, baby. Yeah, nice one, Michelle. My battery. My brightness gone back up. Battery's at 55, double twos again. Michelle writes, love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles fly on a mountain high. Thanks for popping in, Hannah Maurice. Popping in to send love. Love right back at you, dude. Lots and lots of it. Yes, Road Trip Eddie. Positive vibes, as it will work out for the better. Yeah, good one, Trippy, too. This is not meant to be rude, but we don't know her or the living situation of your house. We don't know what will be good for you or not. We do have to eat the cake before we can taste it. True. It was all just with what was being put out, Trippy. Exactly. And there's no judgment or anything of any of it on any level. None. None. Thanks, Trippy, for adding that so I could read it out loud. I appreciate it. Because that's true. It's one of the reasons I can flow very easily when someone comes in and talks about certain situations. There is no blaming. There's no addressing certain people. It's just,
make your selections and build your ProLine ticket all in one place. Download OL.
I saved it. Trippy, the video you just shared. Actually, no, I didn't. Okay, now I saved it, Trippy. Thank you. It's a good song. I don't know. It's like I know that it is, and that one last song, like long time ago that you sent me, I loved it so much. Was it by Cascade? Can't remember the group name, but I loved it so much that it's like I just went to put it in my watch later to make sure I have a new song to listen to later. Yeah. I need that newness of stuff still, Trippy. That feeling hasn't gone away. Like I'm going really old school, trying to get playlists that I never listened to, that I never have looked at. Like I still am, I haven't recreated yet a playlist for this year that satisfies me at all. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like poke, poke, poke and exploring at new music and stuff all the time. Like only certain stuff just feels good and resonates, right? So I'm like poking at a bunch of stuff in and out, and just open to like new stuff. 26, Kuan Yin, compassion. Compassion is what's needed right now to help you release perfectionism and defensiveness, sorry. The purpose of compassion is to help reduce suffering in the world. So be mindful not to judge yourself or others too harshly as you stumble through life's obstacles. In fact, tuning in to the energy of compassion and kindness almost instantly eradicates the stirred up energy of controlling thoughts and knee-jerk behaviors. Hi, Ray of Thoth. Coming in at the same time as Kuan Yin. Nice time in there, dude. The Chinese goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin, offers a gentle nudge to ask yourself this question: what would kindness do in this situation? If you approach everything with that in mind, you will discover solutions and paths unfolding before you. Living with compassion as your guide changes everything. Today, make kindness a priority. The world will be a better place, and you'll feel amazing as you see miracles light up where you least expect them. I'm going to read the alignment message. Are you feeling overwhelmed by all the suffering in the world and you can't imagine how you would make a difference? Do you feel hopeless about how we treat nature and each other? The goddess Kuan Yin knows that this is an important time of reckoning and reordering, but wants you to be careful not to fall into a pit of despair. If you allow the media to fill your mind with a constant barrage of what's going on in the world, you will become numb and unable to move. The good news is in your alignment task. Focus on your mind locally. Your choice is not to save the whole world, but to bring your attention to where you can help. Even the smallest step towards a greater compassion is huge. Educate yourself about issues, be better and more conscious and sensitive about your choices. Lending a helping hand to someone else in need. Volunteer time. Choose one act of random kindness daily to help you alleviate the suffering. Do what you can and make that count. Always ask in your work, your relationships, and your community, how will I do to serve others well? Remember, if you don't get it right, you can always course correct. With commitment, you add more beauty to the world. Everyone's learning right now. And Kuan Yin reminds you to be kind to yourself as you accept your role in birthing a new world into being. Y'all stay safe. G2, gotta go. Have a super day, Trippy. Thanks for your comments. I really appreciate them. There's a serenity when you're in the comments. I appreciate you, dude. You're welcome, Ray. How's your day going so far? Still before noon for you. 13:20 here. I've been listening to a lot of Glass Tiger in the last couple days, Michelle. Do you remember Glass Tiger? The one song specifically that stands out is Thin Red Line by Glass Tiger. Big time. Big time. Yeah, and last night, Michelle, it was so strange. You were driving back from Green Bay. Every freaking live stream that you went in where you were saying, like, I can't really comment, we're driving back from Green Bay, I'm listening, or I'll be in and out, I was guided into. I was guided into a couple live streams last night, and then I was like, what the heck am I doing here? I've never been here before. Or, I have this channel, but I'm never guided to go in here. And then, like, I would scroll up and, oh, there's Michelle. Whoop, there's Michelle. Whoop, there's Michelle. Like 3 times, at least. And the biggest sink of Green Bay is that I don't even like football so much, right? I'm not even American. But whenever there's been a game in my whole life, ever since I was a kid, if I could take for Green Bay to piss other people off, I always have. I can see myself as a teenager taking for Green Bay Packers, and everybody's pissed at me. You know nothing about football. You can't take for Green Bay. Yeah, I am. You watch me take for Green Bay. Why? Because they got the name, the Green Bay Packers. They're my favorite. I didn't care where they were from. I didn't care who was on the team. It was just Green Bay. And I'm still like that today. I'm still like that now. You know what I mean? To the point where, Michelle, it's such a big sink. 3 weeks ago or 4, we were at a store, and the lady at the cash had a Green Bay mask on, like the team emblem. And I looked at her, I was like, cool mask, like, you know what I mean? And then we had a whole conversation about just stuff, because she had that. And Road Trip Eddies from that area as well. So it's just, that's a lifelong sink for me of taking for the team that nobody wants to take me to take for. And the thing that is too is that I was known for, like, the team that I would take for that was the underdog. They would sometimes win, and that would piss people off. So it would scare people. When I would come in saying I was taking for Green Bay or whatever team, if Green Bay wasn't there, right, the underdog team that nobody believes in kind of thing, then I would get that look, because then the people who had taken for the other teams would think, like, oh gosh, like, Michelle came in and she's taken for the other team, that means we're screwed with our bets type of thing. I know. I've been freaking people out for a heck of a lifetime, I tell you. Right? Or that thing. If I'm walking out of a room and it's like raining, cats and dogs, it's been raining for 2 weeks straight, it's not been sunny, but if I walk out of a room and grab my sunglasses, and then everybody's laughing, because why would you grab your sunglasses? It's raining. Well, because it's not going to be raining later, dudes. You know? And then that thing of, ha, 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 you're so funny, until the sun comes out, and nobody's got their sunglasses but me. Yeah. Ooh, Sacred Reverence. This one is so pretty. So pretty. Right? I love this card because it's not gonna piss off the flat earthers or the globalers. Right? It's just feels earthy, but not in a way that puts any connotation towards it. Let's just love the earth, right? Let's wrap our hands around it, because we are the keys. We are the keys. Eddie, I'm on my way outside to enjoy the beautiful sunny day with clear blue skies and warm weather. Yeah, that's not here. It's cold as balls today again. Everybody have a great day, and thanks for the positive thoughts. Ray, it's going all right. I slept in a bit. Life getting ready to be turned upside down for a couple weeks. Going to go do a medical detox for opiates. Go play this game. Play my role so I can help myself. Right on, dude. Awesome. What's your date that you're going in? Do you know? Michelle, I'm flitting around like a love butterfly. We were right across from Lambeau Field where the Packers play. You remember you mentioned the woman in the Packers mask? Yeah. I'm from Green Bay, but I've been about 30 years since I've been there. Yeah. Michelle, I didn't know that. The Green Bay Packers are the only team that's still owned by the fans. That's so cool. I mean, I know that. See, no wonder my heart just knows to love them the most. Right? Right, to be able to help others. My body has just become too trapped in this cycle, and I can't get out of it on my own. So I'm going to have to accept some help from others. I have the mindset to get through this. That's so awesome, Ray. I'm so proud of you, dude. I'm proud of you. You're making a choice, and I'm anchoring you completely in your choices. Thanks for sharing with us, Ray. I'm so fucking proud of you. Yeah, Michelle says, Ray, holding you through it, bruh. I said, bruh, even if you wrote bro. Yeah, holding you through it big time. I'm going to wrap you in so many things. You're going to walk into that building and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it feels like Michelle Genevieve personally decorated this place for me. Everything that's coming out on these walls feels like home. Every single thing that's coming out of everywhere, like the names of the people who are dealing with me, all have to do with tribe. Every single thing here is so in my most divine alignment that I can't believe it took me so long to make this choice, because I'm exactly where I need to be right now. That's how we're going to pave the way for you being comfortable there, Ray. Let me tell you, you're not going to feel alone at all. Right? You're not going to feel alone at all. Michelle, goosebumps, Ray. We're riding shotgun in spirit, my beautiful, brave brother. Exactly. So many goosebumps. Exactly. You see you as like soldier going on a mission, doing what you gotta do. And we're in the background. Does that mean intake day, 4-day detox, and then a 2-week inpatient thing? Yup. I really just wanted to do the detox, but I need this break and time to just really focus and heal myself. Exactly. Daddy Bear needs to be able to snot all over the fucking place without having to justify or explain why. Kids understand when we cry. That's not a big deal. Not at all. But you need the feeling of the release of everything. The meeting of humans. You are going to meet at least one person that's going to radically change your perspective and certain things of exactly. Oh my God, of course I had to be here because this is the one person. If I hadn't met them, my reality would never, ever, ever be like this. And I got shivers everywhere. Even my fucking fingertips have shivers knowing, right? Ask anybody who's ever been into anything. There's always the one at least, and if not more, right? Ask a cancer patient what their biggest memory of having cancer, and they will say, when I was in blah, 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 and the nurse that took care of me, or the this, or the that. Everybody has a story of the angels. Right, appreciate you all. Yes, it's really because my body using opium, I can't measure the dose, so tapering has been impossible. And when my body can't function, my mind can't. Oh, I know this is divinely timed because my mind is terrified, but my heart is at peace. Exactly, sweetie. My mind is terrified, but my heart is at peace. If there's anything anyone listening to this can take away from this day, is that it's okay. Your mind is going to be terrified, but your heart will know. That's perfect, Ray. Thank you. And if anything that we can do, you know what I mean, and listen to alleviate, to make your mind feel as at peace as your heart, is completely possible. I'm going to read this card, 4 and 7. I know I did count with my fingers to make sure 4 and 7 was 11. It is. I know I did. I really did. I'm not going to pretend I didn't. I used my fingers. Exactly, Michelle. True courage, this is it. You be terrified sometimes, and you do it anyway. And the funniest thing of all is you are completely, boom, bless you, gesundheit, terrified and scared shitless, and other people think that it's easy. And it's not. It's not. Do it anyway. Yeah. You got this, Ray. Yes, finger counting. I know, Joe. You would think I wouldn't admit to that, but I got to. Why? Because I made it obvious. I actually went like this. So it's really obvious that I made sure that 4 and 7 was 11 with my fingers.
I mean, they rhyme.
Yes, it sounds good too, said out loud. Sacred reverence. Ah, for the truth that is spirit everywhere. Inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence. Joyful living. Exploring possibilities with curiosity. Spiritual passion. Manifesting from the starting point of the realm of spirit. Looking at the world, do you see all of life or just limited parts? When you look at a blade of grass, do you see just a plant? Do you even see a plant? Right? When you encounter a puppy, do you see just an animal? While this categorizing is one way of viewing the world, it's only a fraction of the truth. It isn't enough. Look closer and you'll observe the luminosity eminent in these living, sentient beings. If you allow yourself to take in all the world, including its spirit, then you see the whole. Reverence is an act of deep witnessing, respect and awe. Witnessing, respect and awe. You experience it when you perceive every being and everything, every plant, rock, tree, every single thing as sacred and alive. You naturally lead into a state of bliss and harmony and a profound sense of well-being. Whatever your dilemmas and questions, try to reframe your perspective to acknowledge the spiritual. If everything has value, including your most frustrating challenges, would you still ask your question from the same place? Can you regard the other as sacred, thereby erasing the separation between you? Right? That's why I said earlier, don't see the perspective of the person that what they're dealing with, their higher self. What's the higher self saying? Embrace the perfection of how you came together in this real magic, and you're tapping into this unity right now. No matter who or what is in front of you, see that person or thing as luminous and your interaction as holy. Then you will know what to do for the highest good of the all. Exactly. Take away the label of what's in front of you and see it as holy. So whatever label, take it away. So someone is not a narcissist. Someone is a holy, luminescent being. How they are acting and maybe have perpetuated since ever. It's not who they are and what they are. They are holy. How they are acting is not holy. Right? But how do we react and interact to people to allow them to walk into their holiest timelines. Does that make sense? That's beautiful. Paradoxes, don't be afraid. Fossils is with you. Gotta go, Alex. Thanks for being with us today again. I appreciate you, sweetie. Have a super evening. Night. Ray, you all do an amazing job supporting everything you do already. Just being here and listening and not judging and letting me speak. You all inspire me. Nicholas, too. Yes, Michelle. Weaving my love around you, Ray, like a cocoon. Exactly, Ray. Bravery does not mean not being scared. It means being scared and facing your fears anyways. So here I go. Whee! Yeah. Into the unknown. Knowing.
Into the unknown.
Hi, Doug Stack. How you doing? Hey, beautiful souls from beautiful sunny Louisiana. Thanks for bringing the sun in. I got sun behind me, but it's cold here in Ontario.
It's not as cold as yesterday.
No, but I went like outside a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not dripping yet. You know what I mean? Like nothing's falling from the roof right now.
From the roof?
The roof.
The roof?
Yeah,
The roof.
Michelle. Time to
The
be
roof.
born anew.
The roof is on fire.
Joe Awesome One. I see everything as love.
The roof. The roof.
Yeah.
The roof is on fire.
Exactly, Michelle. I do too, Joe. Everything is a miracle. Everything is miraculous. You're right. And that's the way I like to see things. Everything is a miracle or nothing is. And that's the thing, is that it might not seem like it, but when you look at it and you allow yourself, it is. Everything's a miracle or nothing is. Right? Michelle, every waking moment is now a living prayer for me. Ray says, seriously, Michelle, I'm ready for this. It has been hard having to admit everything, to talk about everything, but now I know it's part of my journey. And if I truly want to help others, I got to put the oxygen mask on myself first. Yeah. Ooh, Doug even adds, Michelle, every waking moment and sleeping. True that. We carry over into our sleep for sure, Doug. We really do. We carry over that kindness into our sleep. We do. The love as well. Michelle says, I was even going to say that, Doug, even during sleep. Exactly. Thank you guys, both of you, because I feel it. That's for sure. Alex, a man waved at me, so I waved back, but apparently he was waving at the woman behind me, so I kept my hand up, and I ended up stopping a taxi that took me to the airport, so now I'm in Ireland starting a new life. Oh, right on. Meet me at the tavern, dude. Michelle says, that's the epiphany. If we want to help others, we have to take care of ourselves first. I love you and respect you so much for this, Ray. Yeah, Ray, I love that greeting from the unknown. Oh boy, that was kept up for a couple seconds, eh? Michelle, that's beautiful. My heart is thumping so hard for you, Ray. Yes, Ray says, when I show up at the place, I'm going to imagine Lily and that greeting. Boom, exactly. Oh, dude, I wish you a Samantha. I wish you double Samantha's, okay? Because when you get one Samantha walk into the room and say something and you're going to be like, I don't even know a Samantha. And then you're going to be like, oh, but there she is, right? The mantra of, is this will all make sense when I'm older.
Samantha.
Right?
The mantra of the Samantha.
The mantra of Samantha is, this will all make sense when I am older. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can imagine it, too. Yes, Paradox. She could sing if she wanted to, and drama or music, for sure. Yeah, Michelle says, Ray, boom, time to put that oxygen mask on securely. It's time, my beautiful soul brother. Yeah. Doug says, Michelle, Body Owl gave me a lot of homework to do. I have to find the time. Ray of Thoughts, SpongeBob voice says, I'm ready. I have no idea what a SpongeBob voice sounds like. I'm probably the only person, including Lily, that hasn't watched SpongeBob.
You never let me.
Nope. Mary says, hi, Genevieve. I can't hear you, but I see you in the chat. My internet is whacked. It's been keeping me off sometimes. Anyways, hi and much love. You can see me, but you can't hear me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not going to start talking on the internet, on the YouTube Fruit Loops of it all, right? But whoa. Jan Sue, how's your day going, sweetie? Yes, Michelle says, yeah, Lily has got some lungs, eh? Lily lungs. With a side of like, whoa. SS says, Ray, I had a meltdown about a woman. Didn't feel that was a meltdown. I felt that was an awesome letting go, though. Oh my gosh. How's the migraine? Is it still gone, SS? Doug says, Michelle, you can share that pic I just sent. The bewitched, Dave. My nose is still itchy again today, Paradox. Saturnian says, hey, Jansu, I don't have your channel. Ray says, SS, I'm sorry, brother. So many going through a lot right now. Divine masculine and feminine being giving opportunities to heal, bringing up a lot in everyone. I hope you are well. Yeah, a lot of divine opportunities for flow as well. I thank you guys for what you do choose to share in the comments so that we have the, you know what I mean? SS says, I melted. Others just listened and helped. Yeah. Beautiful melting pot for sure. Thank you, SS. It's a whole other level to say things, write things down, and not hold them in and just allow. Without judgment, without blaming and shaming, right? There's nothing yucky about anything that was said. It's all in the most purest way to try to just click into different awarenesses of what's best for self and for the all, right? I love you, Joe, in a non-gay way, of course. Oh. You crack me up, Alex. Woo! That's a lot. That's like way too many. I'm putting them all back. They
Yeah.
leaping goddesses all over my lap. That's too many. I think I'm having trouble stirring with the brace on. It's just not the same. I'm not embraced the same way.
Oh, you're still wearing that?
I'm sorry, sweetie.
I didn't know you were still wearing that.
I feel that when I take it
you
off,
don't want to twist
I
it.
pull and I twist it. I'm not as careful. I'm realizing to what point I'm grabbing stuff in the most awkward positions and ways too,
Yeah.
and just trying to
Yeah, I'm glad it's the same hand, too. If it was the other hand, then you don't have a brace for the other hand.
Joe says, me and Alex have been saying that to each other for so long and it will never get boring. I know. And you know what? Alex only uses that once in a while. He doesn't say it everywhere, right? So the once in a while randomness of when it's put up like that just quacks me up even more. Yes, Ray. I love the way you worded that, SS, because that's exactly what the masculine needs to do is just release and let it melt away and allow others to just be there for you. Yeah. And it's so beautiful and pure, right? It's like I said, there's a different, it's rewriting scripts of like communicating, saying how something feels without hurting someone else, right? The potential for anyone listening to that is not feeling of any judgment. And it, you know, what came through is masculine and feminine, and whether, you know, there's parts of the stuff that resonates or not, we've all had the timeline of having someone we love, things go wrong or astray, they don't work anymore, so we stop and then we go back, right? And then we say the second time is the perfect. This is it. We learned so much during the first time. We're going to grow. We're not going to hurt each other. Then you're fucking destroy each other again in a way that's like so surreal that there's no way you'll ever even talk to this person on some level. But then boom, the other timeline of a reality comes in of another time. So how do we rewrite the script? And what is it that's the most important thing? What is it? Kindness. Kindness and compassion is the most important thing. So how to rewrite a script to allow somebody to be themselves. We love them unconditionally. We're going to allow them to be who they are. We're not going to enable their patterns. We're going to be there to witness when they need something. If we can, because if we can't witness, then we won't. You know, so it's a whole like dance of newness, of just not dropping a timeline and then, you know, seeing, is it for the greater good or not? Yeah, I see it in so many ways happening already. Yeah. And you know, I don't want to portray myself as the most awesome, amazing person, because one of the reasons that it is inside of me to witness and help others that is not of my timelines is because I am not as maybe smooth, right? Not as smooth at all within my timelines. So things come into my reality that I can assist with from a level of being so detached that I'm still ripple affecting on a collective level for the greater good of the all, rewriting scripts, because I can help to see things from different perspectives because I'm not in it. But as I witness the masculine melting and allowing himself to speak, it allows me in my future and current timelines to be smoother for the masculine in my life or coming into my life. So the witness that I allow myself here will eventually ripple effect into a softer me in my own timelines. Does that make sense? Oh my God, that's the most beautiful shadow ever. Freedom is not free. Thanks, Doug. Just hanging out with my shadow, eh? You have no idea how that green grass and just dirt, sandy ground is so foreign to me, right? The snow here is real. That little like warmer curve that I felt coming in has not arrived. Not at all. If anything, it's colder today than it was 3 days ago when I thought the heat was coming in. Batteries again. Thanks for sharing that, Doug. Thanks for sending it, Michelle, through Doug. You know what I mean. Jansu, I never knew how to love unconditionally. All the love I've had ever known was conditional, but I'm learning it and understanding it now. It's truly amazing and beautiful, and I'm very blessed. Thank you for taking the time to write that out, Jansu. I don't believe there's many people who have been taught and learned and received true unconditional love in a sustained timeline. So meaning, I think that everybody's had a dribble, a drabble, or a little, or enough of one person or a little bit of people having a true unconditional love for us, but not in a way of consistency. So to know how to accept and give it back. Does that make sense? So love has always been tainted through a matrix level of what is expected and how you must act and what you must be and what you must do and all those things, right? So the learning curve is very big for us all, Jansu. It really is. Michelle, every time someone here writes Michelle in here, it might be for me, it might be for Jen. At this point, it doesn't matter. That's what I think too. Yeah. It's the same, just different. SS says, John, the only love that is unconditional is the love of self. But that's the thing, is that it has to ripple effect to love others that way as well. And it is completely possible. It is. Right, SS, anger, the control, the energy that created the hierarchy of the previous system is being healed in many different ways. But it's still there. So it's a tricky one as we go through this. But that's the thing. It's there for those who want to choose and grab it, right? Because otherwise, saying, no, not grabbing this, is the release is there. The background anchoring and support is there now, right? It really is. Joe, I've got my dinner on now. I'll be back later if you still have a wonderful day. Guys, you too. I was wondering what's for dinner too. I'm getting hungry. Doug, I like the masculinity that I have. I don't want to lose it. I can bring it down under to toxic masculinity. But that's the thing, is that empowerment of the masculinity, the true masculine, the protector, the healer, right? Merged with the knowing that the vulnerability is the greatest asset of the masculinity, right? There's a difference of, you know, the balance of it, SS, exactly. Yeah. Ray says, yeah, Jansu, thanks for saying that. The allowance of that unconditional love is hard when you never experienced it. So now we're still on guard. I feel this so often, trading our joy for protection. Exactly. And it's that thing of like, whoa, I'm starting to feel safe. I'm starting to feel safe. But no, I don't. Because I never experienced this before. It can't be real. It can't be real. I'm going to poke at it to make sure it loves me unconditionally. And that's the thing. The poking and the doing stuff, people think I'm not loved. But that's the thing. We're not here to enable. So if you choose your same patterns to poke at something to see, do you love me unconditionally? Yup, I do. I do. But from far away. To keep playing your patterns. When you understand, you'll know. Right? So there's a lot of people backed away and in a kind of a silent mode of like, you know, everybody else can talk, but I don't need to talk and I'm never going to talk and my stuff's never going to come out. But it's just, you know, okay, nothing's changing. And I'm seeing all these reflections and these fractals of myself talking and they're liberating themselves for crepe's sakes. Do I need to do that? Like, what if I actually start to say how I feel? Right? So, yes, the first test of faith, when somebody starts to feel my heart's open, I start to feel I'm part of the collective, I start to feel I'm part of something, I start to feel I belong, then then you attack it. Then you attack it. You're testing it. Attack, attack, attack. So that you can start to close your heart up and use the excuse. She said she loved me unconditionally, but she left me behind. But it's like, no, 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 no. You can't suck somebody down and say, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? If you love me, you'd keep listening. If you'd love me, you'd answer the phone. If you love me, you love me, you love me. No, 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 dude. That's not unconditional. That's your patterns. You keep on swimming your patterns, and when you realize that I'm still here anchoring all along, me not judging all this shit, but we can't be a part of it, right? We can't be a part of it. We can't enable. So once somebody realizes, like, holy shit, I just spent like 3 months like poking and ignoring and holding back, while the whole time you're sitting there, your higher self is sitting there looking at all this going like, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Because you know what? You can't meet somebody at that level until they understand that I can't prove to you that I love you because I text you every day. Because that 1 minute I don't text you the exact second that you're expecting it, I'm fucked. I'm so fucking fucked. Because if I'm not texting you in that moment, then you don't feel loved. But that's the thing. I was loving you all along. I was just busy having a fucking coffee to be texting. Why do you need to texting? Why? Right? All of that. It's just the loops. The loops. How you doing? Which moon you came back? Yeah, Alex, that's a good point. I know you might be writing it kind of jokey, but it's true. You say, oh, Janice, true love is like ghosts. Everyone talks about them, and few have actually seen any. Exactly. Everybody wants to talk about love and say they love, but do you care? Do you act? Do you actually, are you love? Right? Your point last night in Glitch's live stream. Everybody can say they love. The whole wide world can grab themselves by the hands and say, oh, I love you. But do you care? Are you going to act a certain way to enforce that feeling there, right? Or is it just, you know, I love baseball. I don't put zero energy into it. I don't care about baseball. I don't care about baseball at all. But if I get invited to somebody's baseball game, will I care then in the moment and put more energy and focus into it? Yeah. But otherwise, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Right? All those things. Do you care? Are you invested? Is there a consistency to that love? Does your frequency pour out into that? Oh, exactly. I like to be masculine, but it doesn't hurt my pride because my wife is the breadwinner of our family now. Exactly. And it's if your wife has something that she enjoys doing and is passionate about and even cares that she's getting up in the morning, then of course she should be, right? And it's not about the who, it's about the what, right? It's not about the who does what, it's about it getting done. And that's it. All that matrixy stuff about how abundance flows to us is a program. And who's responsible? That's a program. Right? A masculine is there to elevate his feminine to make sure she's safe, protected, so that she can share her gifts. So typically, really, if we lived a certain way, a lot of feminines would be the one that the abundance comes through because they are so elevated and feel safe that they can just share what they need to share in a safe, awesome way. So, the abundance comes from that in a certain direction, because it's all together anyways. That's where the new way, like empowering and co-creating, is going to come into play more and more and more within the next timelines and the realities that we're here to build and co-create and manifest. The complete busting of the program of what abundance is, how it comes to us, because it's not about money, it's about the flow of security and safety and what's needed and wanted in a home and in a life. SS. It's not easy to be hard as a male. It's not so easy to be vulnerable. Exactly. Men have been programmed intergenerationally since the beginning of time not to be vulnerable. So it's not even a question of I want to try. It's a question of your whole body doesn't even know how to begin. And it's like I said earlier, we experience something where we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, but then we do it in a way that there's an expectation and a poking and a testing. So then we have the excuse of saying, but I was vulnerable for like 5 minutes and she was so mean. But yeah, it's about sustaining that. You can't just open your heart for 5 seconds and then say the whole world is mean. Nobody picked up on my vulnerability that one time, because you got to live it consistently. And that's the hard thing, SS, is, predominantly the patterns of us learning the lessons is that in the last year and last 2 years, you've had mega bitch slaps from being vulnerable, just as I have in my feminine. Because as much as I am a feminine, my journey in the last 2 years and why bravery, soothe the glitch, and certain masculines are the biggest part of my trinities is because I had to learn vulnerability through them. I couldn't learn through a female mirror showing me how her emotions was, because I don't get it. I don't, that doesn't, are there certain feminine? A little bit, a handful. But you can follow my trace, my yellow brick road of comments for the last 2 years. It's the masculine who empowered me to come into my vulnerability, because the reflection of the feminine doesn't match with how my inside of me, so we're all different. If I hadn't had the channels of the masculine who empowered themselves by speaking out loud, I wouldn't have grown the way that I've grown. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Yes, Michelle. It's a big pattern. Exactly, John. People push people away to see if they really love. Pushing buttons intentionally. And one of the other untold secrets or truths of the awakening journey is people didn't feel beautiful in their life. So all of a sudden they're going to feel beautiful. So they're going to become cocky for a certain period of time about it. When you come into the awareness of beauty about your body, you become whoa, I actually am beautiful. And you don't know how to react when other people tell you you're beautiful, so that you'll take in stuff that makes it the pattern of vulnerability that there's a ripple effect. I don't know, I'm not saying maybe the right words, but I've seen it for years and years now, where that coming into beauty brings up a little bit of time on a pedestal of seeing others as not beautiful, and then all of a sudden the whoosh of whoa, everybody is. And I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but it's a thing. Ray, may all here feel the blessings of unconditional love and divine favor of the Creator Universe, YOU, every day. May love, wisdom, and intuition guide us all daily to the highest good for all. Yes, Michelle. The fear of abandonment will push someone to be abandoned. like this. Because until someone addresses that key within, I can't abandon somebody. They can only feel abandoned by me, right? So it doesn't matter if I was married to my ex-husband and I left him because, like I said, my body is not a part of our contract anymore, right? I've taken my body out of the equation. That's it. The rest of me can still be like a lot of stuff. But you just take your body away from the equation with someone and it changes their whole life forever and ever and ever. Amen. But it's just like, hey, I'm still here. I'm still the same person that you said you loved all that time. The body part's done. Why does that affect people so much? Because they didn't love me unconditionally. They needed my body near them in order to love me a certain way. Because they won't treat me the same way if my body's not part of the equation anymore. That's called heartache. But that doesn't make sense. Because if you love somebody, and if they're going to elevate more because they're gone, then you elevate them. Because you love them unconditionally no matter what they choose. Right? So it's big. It's really big. Yes, sis. I poked at Glitch last night and he took it well. Earned my respect, he did. I found it interesting, SS, because I do agree. You poked and you tested, but in a way that I found that maybe it's because my outside perception, but I found that it was just like in you honoring yourself of who you are, right? That you don't just walk into a stream and say, hey, and just listen and not kind of see what the person's about. That's being true to you. You always do that. You know, there was a time when you would come in my streams and say, what are we talking about today? And it's like, I don't know, right? Because I'm being true to me. I got no clue what's going to come out of me. But you being true to you want to see what's going on, test the ground in the stream. So I thought you did that awesomely. And he's at a level where he understands if somebody's just being a dick trying to come in and prove a point and poke around, or somebody's just really trying to see what he's about and have him explain it. One of the things that I thought was cool is Glitch always says, when somebody says something to him, he needs the buffer time. He says it all the time. There's things that you'll see. You'll go watch Glitch live stream, and it's not that he wants to take something private and bring it into the background. It's like, I don't know. I need the time to think. As much as I am like all in and I'll answer and Glitch is the opposite, where he'll say, no, I'm not going to answer that. I need time to think. Or you address me and we're going to figure it out one-on-one when I have time to think. He also says he knows himself enough where he prefers texting and emailing and having the buffer time of being able to read and integrate and allow himself the response than to be on a video call with somebody where somebody expects an answer right away and is watching him the whole time that he's trying to answer. Right? Because, like, give me time to think. Give me a second. I'll get back to you. I'm going to let flow what flows instead of just answering from the gut, because that's not how he rolls. Can he answer from the gut? Fuck yeah. Always. Always. But, he's learned himself a lot. He live streams very well, and he does his thing very well. He really does. Yeah, Michelle says, Ray, the walls were so high, you couldn't even see where they ended. Yeah, guys, that's it, eh? When your walls are so high, you don't even know there's walls because that's just all there's ever been. Does that make sense? This live stream's helped so much. Ones may never know. Love you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating. We appreciate it. Yeah, the caring. Wow, I'm behind in the chat. I didn't realize. Ray says, yes, until we realize it in the eternal and accept it and allow it. It doesn't matter how much someone in the external does this or says this. It's only going to be pleasing in the mind, not the heart, if that makes sense. Yes, Ray. So someone can find their perfect feminine who loves them to kibbles and bits and back, and she will fucking die saying everything and leaking everything into that's the truth. But until that person's ready to hear it, there is no point for a feminine to leak all that shit out, because all she's going to do is suck herself dry and give it away, because it's not being internalized, it's not being felt, it's not real to that person. When you don't love yourself, it doesn't matter if everybody in the whole world loves you. You don't love yourself, right? So it's like that thing. People say, like, if I had this, if I had that, it wouldn't change anything. Look at everybody, you know, who's ever, like, off to themselves, even if they were, like, rich, and even if they had it all. So until the inner work is done and someone feels worthy of love, you can throw love at them, give them love, sell them love, do everything, but they still won't take it and accept it and integrate it for the greater good in any way. It's going to ripple effect where it hurts so many others, the toxicity of it, that it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's a beautiful way to say it, SS. I love my job. I care about my dog. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I love my job. And I care about my dog. Thanks, SS. It's little things, eh? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ray says, I gotta get going this time. Trippy, good question. SS, is it better to love and lost or never love at all? This is a question only you can answer for yourself. SS says, try having food, then not having it. It's not so easy. Depends what you take away from love and what you're, what you take away. Oh, witch moon, that's so cool. I want to take a nap outside because it feels so nice. I am not quite there yet, man. I'm sitting here in my living room and I'm like nipply as heck. It's so chilly.
It's not cold though.
I know, but I am.
In here at least.
Yes, Michelle. Thanks for saying that, Miley Cyrus. I heard The Climb yesterday, the first song of our road trip. There is always going to be another mountain. That's the thing. It's about the everything to get there. So, I remember telling somebody once, it doesn't matter what we are for each other in the future, right now. Right now. Right now. Can we laugh together? Can we talk? I don't give a fuck what happens like in 5 years, 10 years, 5 minutes. Right now. We can't think about like what's gonna be over there if we don't do this part in between. This means nothing. This doesn't mean anything if you can't get there having fun and if you're not building towards when you get there. Because once you get there, you're going to be off to somewhere else anyways. Once you think you're there, there's more. So... SS, what if I do suffer some? Love prospers. But love shouldn't suffer. It's not love. It's a program. Right? Love doesn't suffer. Witch moon, I still love my kid's dad, but I can never be with him again. I'm done. I was done long time ago with him, but I always wish him well. Exactly. And damn, like for me, the only reason we're not all like happy-dory, hunking, holding hands and having coffee and hanging out and living beside each other is because that's other people's, life choices or whatever. Because, I have zero understanding of somebody who would be, like I'll give example myself, jealous of me because I was with someone. Because if anything, it's like, damn, I left and I knew you were coming along a few years later, and that's why I left. I knew he wasn't mine anymore, so I left so much early, you'd have the room paved for you that I was gone. So why anybody wouldn't love the shit out of me that I left them behind and said, you're not for me anymore. I can see your woman that's going to come for you. No, you don't. You're mine. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You're mine. You're mine forever. No, I'm not. And he's been with somebody for 13 years and has another child. Thank God I didn't stay, because I was his forever. He wouldn't have his child. I wouldn't have Lily Rose. I saw the timelines. Was I supposed to stay just because he told me I'm supposed to because I'm his forever? Because no, I wasn't. My daughter's 20. She's going to be 21 this year. And ever since she was a child, because she was 3 to 4 when we separated, ever since she was 8, 9, 10, 11, I can't even imagine how you were with my dad for 5 minutes. She knows. She knows. She sees. So thank God I was smart enough to leave the timelines in time for him to have the time he needed for her to come into his life. And it's the same with everybody else. Like, shit, if I was meant to stay with you forever, I would be there. I'm not. And look at what happened 6 months later, 1 year later, 2 years later. Look at your life now. Aren't you glad I left? Still saying I miss you. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You miss what you wish you had and what you think you had and what you fucking want to have, because we didn't have anything at all. Otherwise, I'd still be there. Makes no sense. Walls and chains, yeah. Yeah, the walls, gee. Makes sense. You give me goosebumps. A lot of walls. Yeah, Witch Moon, it's better to have loved and lost. I'm a hopeful romantic. Assess, we should be free. No one belongs to me. But that's the thing. When you do belong for while you belong. Your frequency belongs together. So it's beautiful to say that and think that when it is actually the truth. Why shouldn't we think like that or think like that in the moment that it's real? Two frequencies belong together. As they're merging, as they fit, they belong together. I'm not going to change thinking that I can have a frequency that belongs with me. Does it belong to me? No. The frequency belongs with me, though. It aligns with me. Does that make sense? Exactly. Love has no chains to the point where it just is. It can't be anything else than what it is. It just flows. The resonance of the frequencies. It's everything. That's the thing, eh? Everybody who ever wished that I wouldn't leave was not putting forth any effort, and we didn't have anything in common at the time when it was like done. There was nothing to build on. There was nothing left. There was no foundation for the greater good of the all. It wasn't even good for the ripple effect of the children in the moments. And that's it. It's not bad. It's just not meant to be anymore. It doesn't fit. It's not supposed to be. Yeah, break the chains of love. What did you eat, Joe Awesome? You said you went to have supper. I'm just curious at what you had for food because I'm starting to get hungry and sometimes it gives me ideas. Ignited Beats, Anita. This is such a sync for me at the moment with the ex. Thanks for saying it, Anita, because I said that this conversation today was really important because the ripple effect of how many people are living this timeline is huge, huge. And if you aren't living it now, and if you think that's not going to happen to me, well, please let me know that the phone rang tonight or in the next, 72 hours, because it is. If timelines are not mended and fixed and aligned in the way they're meant to be, click, 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 they're going to come and knock in on a certain level because they have to be rewritten in the way that the souls need it for the pivot of the up level of the whole collective. It's huge. It's bigger than us. So it's bigger than us. Exactly, Anita. And that's important. Our frequencies just don't go together anymore. You can't make a frequency match with yours. You can't make your body open to someone else. You can't bloom for someone else. You can't. You just can't. Can you try? Yeah. What does it feel like? Not very good. Not very good at all. Exactly, Anita. I tried and it just doesn't feel right. Exactly. So you have love for someone that was in your life before, and as much as anything, there's nothing. It doesn't matter if they had $1 million house with all the stuff and every fucking thing that you guys ever dreamed of, ever wished came into your lap of opportunity. It can't fit. It doesn't work. It can't. And that's where when we're rewriting the scripts, it's not personal. If frequencies don't fit, it doesn't mean that somebody's not worthy, that they can do more or be more to have love from you. It means that they must know their heart and to thine own self be true. Because if they weren't kidding themselves, they would find the mirror reflection of you that reminds them and opens their heart to the love that they're keep poking at you. Because that thing of you, right? That shiny thing. Stop poking at my shininess and go look for the shininess that's for you. Because for everybody trying to keep a timeline and say, hold it back, there's somebody else who needs the liberation to be able to walk into their next timelines, as well as the person holding on to the timelines. Yeah, Anita, thanks for saying it. I have it happening with 2 exes. Yeah. Thanks for saying it because, yeah, the woodwork stuff is real. You know what I mean? When you got people calling you from high school, trying to make sure that the timeline's finished and you've been out of high school for 25, 30 years, the shit is real. It's going to come because it needs the script rewritten. And how do you rewrite it? As best you can with what you got at the time, man. It depends on what you're dealing with and what you can do. What would kindness do in the best way possible? Right? Yeah. Nita, I want to step into my new timeline now. Exactly. So the more the old timelines come at us, Anita, and it's nope. The more that the old opportunities come and you shut the door, baby, don't say a word. And how do you shut the door? Could be shutting the door by manifesting friendships that you didn't have before. By defining the line of, hey, you keep calling me year after year, day after day, or time after time. Why can't we just be fucking friends and we stop thinking about the body part, buddy? Right? If you really have this thing that needs a part of me, well, this fractal is still here, right? This Anita fractal is still there for one person and another. Why does the other part need to be there? That's what we're rewriting. We don't need to completely shut people out because our body is not going to activate with them. We can rebuild new timelines of having friendships if that's what's so meant to be, right? So that's where know thyself. What are these things that we're meant to bring into fruition? Shit, Anita, you can't go poke around and be with everybody who wants to be with you, right? Holy shit, it's not funny, is it? Right? You know? It's about the frequency that's meant to be with you that can't even come into fruition of your timelines until all this stuff is dealt with on a certain level, right? I can play good poker even if I don't have a good poker face. I love playing poker. I haven't played in a long time. I won't stop my face from not playing poker. And besides, I'll just do silly stuff to play poker to make sure my face doesn't show anything. But SS, my face will never show what's not real. Same. But I have a lot of people who misinterpret. They think I look confident and not scared when I'm scared shitless. So some people like think I'm so fucking tough. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like a deer in the headlights and I'm fucking scared in the moment, you know? But nobody sees that. They think that I'm, you know, just because I got little balls to do little things and that look like big things, people think that it's never going to happen, that nothing fucking freaks me out, right? I got to hold everybody's hand. I got to see everything from a higher perspective for everybody because Lord knows, let's not help, you know, let's not bring Genevieve down a notch and say, here, look at it this way, right? Help me look at things a different way once in a while. Don't think I see it all just because I'm talking about it all for y'all up here, right? It's like that not get a chance because people who are already known to, you know, be brave and do it anyways are expected to always be brave and always do it anyways. Why would I do it? She's going to do it anyways. I had somebody say that once. Why would I make vids? You make plenty. What? That's really what you think? Why would I make vids? You make plenty. Why would I live stream? You already do. Okay. Because, you know, like, really? That makes no sense to me. Exactly, Anita. I call in my new friends in the physical. Not funny, no. It's not funny. People think like this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Here, I'm randomly thinking about you. And, you know, I'm going to just, like, keep thinking about you and call and all this. And it's like, yeah, if you realize, like, this is not fucking funny at all. Like, figure your shit out. Because that's the thing. People who don't know their fucking bodies and who want all these relationships, Anita... It's like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, know yourself. Know yourself, man. So that's what I say when we're rewriting the timelines. How do we not, like, be so frustrated with the same old shit of fucking patterns and imprinting and wounded, you know, and deal with it in a way that, because, you know, it's not funny. It's not. You know, on a soul level, did we ask for this? Yeah, we signed up for it on a contract. On a reality level, when this is the stuff that we're like a good role player of, so we're constantly helping for the same role play that's needed, it gets old. It's old, Anita. We want the new scripts. We need to step into new scripts because if we keep helping people with their stuff, rewriting old scripts, and we're not actually writing new scripts that actually make us feel elevated, cherished, and not a part of the patterns, we're going to burn out. Burn out. Doesn't matter how much inner work and how much like we can connect together and elevate and support each other. I can't keep playing the same roles. We got to elevate and pivot into other ones, man. It's just like, whoa. No more. You know? Joe says, gee, I'm going to change from Queen song to Perfect Day or a rendition of Love Lifts Us Up, your choice, and Michelle. That would be good. Love Lifts Us Up where we belong would be awesome, Joe. That would be so perfect for these days coming through as well, dude. That would be so perfect. Yeah, SS. Maybe I just need to look at this woman as a male friend and just let go of my physical attraction to her. That's what I'm taking from this talk, Genevieve. Yeah. I believe that that's the most important part Because when we separate ourselves from like, okay, this is how I roll, okay? And this is how I've rolled for a couple years now. Like, oh, okay, I could maybe bloom. Cool. Put that aside and see what works now. Right? So if I take away the fact that I'm not going to be flirty, that I'm not going to be too sexual, and I'm not going to focus on the fact of like the kinkiness, because that's the easy shit, can we have anything more? Does anything flow? Right? And like, whoosh, believe me, it's very, very fast in this society right now from the perspective that people are at. As soon as you take away the part of, okay, we're not going to talk about that kind of stuff. We already know that can be lit up. Is there more? Like, what are we going to build on? What are we going to co-create? What, where's there more? And there's not, right? There's not. So I get told, oh, lighten up. Like, that's funny. No, it's not. No, I don't want to. I don't want the fucking sex talk. I already know that fucking that part can work. Where's your fucking sense of humor? Where's your eye contact? You'd be willing to exchange spit with me in a heartbeat, but you have no fucking clue of anything else about yourself or me? That don't float the boat, right? So everything should be taken away. Like, as soon as there even could be, it's got to be put on a back burner anyways, because otherwise it's seen from a third dimensional body perspective. The body doesn't even count. The body doesn't even count, because the body will function if the other shit works. Right? The body will function. You already know that. So, does the other stuff work? Does this person make you feel safe? Does she make you feel treasured? Does she make you feel honored as a man? Would you feel like if this person was with you, that this person is going to honor you at all times? And if you can like say check, 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 then you keep going of thinking physically. Otherwise, if that checklist can't be checked, that you know right off the bat that you're not going to be cherished, then that part has to get in line. Because if a woman's cherishing herself, she'll cherish you, SS. You know what I mean? That's it. She will cherish you. She's cherishing herself. That doesn't mean she'll exchange her body fluids with you, but she'll always honor you, who you are on your path of saying those things and not making you feel like you're being teased, right? So she's going to stay true to herself, not making you feel like you're being seduced 1 minute and then not, you know what I mean? Like that whole, it's so like yucky and it's so intergenerational. We don't even know how to not be in the loops of what it feels like to have a healthy relationship with a masculine and a feminine without all the toxic stuff, right? Yeah, Beats. I know that feeling that they won't let me go. Sophia Rise, Elsie Darling had sent me X's and O's by, what's her name? I don't mean to not remember her name, but the song, X's and O's, they won't let me go. They won't let me go. And it's not being mean, it's just true. If somebody has you in their thought patterns all the time and amplify that by more than one, it's not funny. It's not funny. Yeah, Joe, whichever song you choose, and definitely do the choruses the way that you do. I love that part. Oh, that's beautiful, SS. Genevieve, it would take a strong man to be with her, much like myself, and she does cherish me. That's beautiful. Nicholas, hello, friends of this plane. Roger that. Roger that. How's it going? How you doing, Nicholas? 14:35 Eastern Time. Elle King. Yes, I didn't mean to disrespect. I actually bought Elle King's album. Like, I think the first time I heard a couple songs. I love America's Sweetheart. You can bet I ain't America's Sweetheart. I love Elle King. She's a sweetie and a half. Ooh, SS, right on. I finally got an appetite listening while cooking. What you cooking? The song Prisoner by Miley Cyrus says it all. Who's Rob Schneider's daughter? Elle King is Rob Schneider's daughter? Are you kidding me? No way. That's so cool. Me not know that. Nicholas says, kicking arse and taking names. All right on. That's Michelle with one L, by the way, M-I-C-H-E-L-E. Double that with Michelle Canham Free. There's two of us now. There's two of us. Road trip, happy sunny blue skies, right on. Yeah, Michelle says, Anita, I was quoting The Climb earlier. It's the first song we heard on our road trip yesterday. You're making 9 mushroom soup? Oh, Nicholas, that's so cool. Can I tell you a secret? I fucking hate mushrooms. I fucking hate them. I fucking hate them. But, I make an awesome mushroom soup, I'm told. I never usually taste it. I can't. It disgusts me. But I make a good one. And I completely get the 9 mushrooms because I loved having as many varieties as I could when I did. Yeah. When they say a chef has to taste everything they make, it's sacred. It's like, yeah, nobody. I don't eat some of the shit that I've cooked for y'all. Or not you guys, but in general. And I say shit. I never really cooked up poo, to be honest. But like, I mean, there's things that I won't eat. I don't eat certain seafoods. I've cooked with them anyways. I don't eat certain cuts of meat. I'll still cook with them anyways. I don't eat certain fruits or vegetables. I'll still play with them anyways. You know what I mean? But yeah. Nicholas, shroomies are my friend. Saturnian Sun, I love mushrooms. I fracking hate them. Me not like. Yeah, there he goes with a portobello. Tastes like a steak. Okay. Me not even like steak that much to want to imitate a steak with a mushroom. Anita loves mushrooms too. You know what? You know what you guys are gonna love about me? Well, that's just it. If we lived somewhere all together, who's gonna want the extra mushrooms? Right? I got extra mushrooms coming out of my wazoo. Take them, guys. Take them. When there's a pizza with mushrooms, I don't bitch and say, don't get mushrooms. Me not care there's mushrooms. Here, I'm gonna fling them to you. Yeah, you'll be sitting across the room and here, assess. Mushroom coming in, right in the third eye. You're welcome. I'll put mayonnaise on it first so it sticks. That's the thing, right? Whatever I don't like, there's extra for everybody because I'll share it. Ew. Eddie, slimy mushrat mushrooms that turn purple. I don't like mushrooms. You know, I like mushrooms. Michelle loves mushies. That's awesome. Everybody loves mushrooms except for me. I'll share them all with you. Ooh, I want broccoli again. I'm so craving broccoli. I'm eating at least a tree or two a week. I'm gonna make ribeye with broccoli cheese style tomorrow. Wazoo, mushroom mayo in the third eye. Ba-doom, yeah. Don't you tell me Sharon ain't Karen when I share my extra mushrooms with you all, eh? Sometimes there's too much pepperoni. That sticks really good. Whop! Me just teasing. I don't throw food around that much. I spelled wazoo wrong, says Michelle. Oh, road trip Eddie. Portobellos do taste just like a steak with cheeses and yum. Oh, yes. Whatever. So do frog legs taste like chicken. I get it. I don't care. Not still gonna eat them. Cauliflower. Yeah, I'm not so into the cauliflower as I am into the broccoli. Bruh. The broccoli. Hey, bruh? I don't know. I feel like I'm just eating a lot of trees these days, so like feeling like Bigfoot eating like baby trees. Okay, I'm taking a pause, and then I'm probably gonna full circle and finish because I gotta figure something else to do with the kid. Are you still here, Anita? Frog legs kind of taste more like a chicken that was in a swamp life. You are still here, Anita? Anita, one of the things that I have been doing, especially in the last like weeks or so, is really, speaking not only to my higher self, but of others. And it's like that whole thing of like, I can only play a certain role here on a certain level. You know what I mean? And so like from myself, like the most pure that I can, speaking to the higher selves of like, I can only play a certain role. You know what I mean? Like from within, you say, I'm not sure what that means. From within, kind of like, what needs to be played out for certain things to be finished. Because it's like, what the heck? I can't be in all these open doors and certain things need to come into fruition. Like, let's make it happen or not. And I'm not meaning action, I'm meaning conversations. When we are rewriting scripts and here to be like master builders, imprinting new things, certain things must come into fruition. So it's like, bring it on, right? SS, has anyone had gator tail? My sister's had alligator before when she was in the States and stuff. I never tried it. She brought some sort of cans back and I never tried it. SS, Florida boy loves me some fish, brain food, they say. I only like fish if I'm actually by the waters of it. I don't tend to like commercially fished or fish that's available or stuff that's available somewhere else, right? So if I lived near bodies like of the ocean, like if I live near the ocean, I would have more of a knowing and a palate of it, but I don't like the shipping process and how things are packed and what they're packed in to get to me. So the only times I've ever really enjoyed lobster in my life is when they actually came from the East Coast and they were brought on a certain timeline fast and then were fresh here, 20 hours away type of thing, 15, 20 hours away. You like river fish, Paradox? You making salmon for dinner, Michelle? Oh my gosh, my sister's name is Bonnie, and my mom used to call us both Bonita. Bonita, señorita. Michelle says, SS, I had gator jerky. Does that count? SS says lobster is good. I'm not really crazy about it, but I've had it a little bit. The one thing that I do love of seafood, but I rarely have, is like little baby shrimp. Just the little tiny little ones. But even that, I haven't had any in years, and I don't know if I'd be able to eat it anymore. River fish is top feeders, so it tastes the best. I don't know. I don't have enough fish knowledge. I'm gonna read Gula. I had picked her earlier and just didn't read her. Gula, healing. Gula is the Babylonian goddess of medicine and healing. She's come to guide you as a blessing for you and your well-being. You're being invited to address the areas in your life that need healing right now. Perhaps you've moved so quickly through your life you forgot about self-care. Perhaps the stories of you who you told yourself about what you are and what needs healing need healing. We don't always see that we're hurting ourselves and others. Take heart, for Gula comes into your world as your ally, saying that now is the most auspicious time to focus on healing in all aspects of your life, and only good things will come from your actions here. In fact, now is also the perfect time. You can be assured you can heal rifts with others as well. What we were talking about, the stuff is going to it has to be. If there are certain red strings and certain things that came into fruition in our life that are going to have a full circle no matter if we want it or not. So the more that we are in a position to be open to it and ready for it and allow it and know that it's coming, the better it is for all. Be sincere and call upon Gula for this precious commitment. You may also be called to be the path of the healer now. So if so, be willing to feel supported wholeheartedly. You just need to be willing, respect others, do no harm. And miracles just come out of nowhere. That's it. You just need to be kind. Really, really just wake up and just want the best, and stuff just happens miraculously. Attitude of gratitude changes your life. Boom, like this. The attitude of giving without any expectation of receiving anything will get you back tenfold. You know, really does. No, Nicholas, Bravery was not in today. Ray came in long enough to check in and say that on Saturday morning he's going into a 4-day and then the rest, like a 2-week program. Medically supervised 2 weeks. He's taking the time off from home for 2 solid weeks starting Saturday. So Bravery hasn't been in today, but Ray came to check in to say he made a choice, and as of Saturday morning, he's doing it. Yeah. Wow. That's it. He talked about it. He realized he's doing it. He said his head is terrified, but his heart is in peace. His head is really terrified, but his heart is in peace. And that's the important thing. Our head's not always going to be at peace at first, but his heart is. And like I said, we're going to wrap him in so many sinks that by the time he gets there, everything's going to be written in the stars for him, to the point that, you know, that inner joke that we have already running with, you know, this will all make sense when I'm older, and Samantha, I'm really hoping he's going to have at least one Samantha, if not more, be in his reality on that 2-week journey. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if the person who checks him in is Samantha right there on the ball. Boom. Lily Rose also sneezed when he was telling, you know, the stuff. And so there's a part of him that says, like, wow, I already imagine Lily Rose there as I'm walking in. And he's not even there yet. He's got 2 days to go before he gets there. So we're wrapping him with that feeling of the knowing, right? Yes, Ray is helping himself. And it is a beautiful miracle. It is. And that's just how fast it happens. You allow yourself to talk about it. You have witness. It pivots you into another reality of making a choice. Making a choice. It's not outside of him. And 2 weeks of him taking care of his body for real without giving energy for anyone else but himself is going to align him in a way that he's never allowed himself before. For reals. Like for reals. Yeah, goosebumps for Ray again. Goosebumps for Ray, and I speak about it and I flow it through. Why? Because Ray's not the only one in this position right now who has this exact choice in front of them. So anybody hearing what was said before, what's said now, whether it's now in real time or later, if somebody like is guided to this stream, it takes one choice, right? Your head will still be scared, but your heart knows you must make a choice. And allowing for those things to happen, it's beautiful. Yes, speak to the higher selves always, Anita. Speak to the higher selves and ask yourself to be taken out of yourself to kind of watch. So you kind of see yourself as you and how it feels. Like, I don't want this phone call. I don't want this. I don't want this reality. But then you're kind of seeing like, oh shit, that's why I have to do this. Like, this is the thing that's going to happen so that, you know, like without peeking in and saying like, I want to know my future, but pulling yourself up and saying like, why is this happening? And like really getting the full frontal, oh, that's why. And I don't know if this makes any sense at all, but it works for me, right? Really? That's so cool. Michelle says, I've known Ray for years from a different channel. That's cool. I've seen Ray of Thoth since like a long time in my journey on comments and stuff. Yeah. And Anita, like even me, like I have nothing to do with Ray's reality per se, right? But I love him. And it's unconditional and it's real. And there's no expectation and no judgment of anything that's happening. So already, what I said earlier about like, I am already set. I don't even need to know the name of the center where he's going. I don't need to know anything. But I'm already sending within to his timeline, speaking to the higher selves of people. Do you know what? I want people to make this the best experience anybody's ever had. Ray went in, was saying 3 days ago, I don't want to go to one of those places. They're like a prison. So me is wrapping his experience in that, you know what? I want him to go live something where he's going to come out of it going like, wow, I thought it was going to be a prison and this was my heaven on earth. This was the Shambhala resting place that I needed, where the angels were in place, ready for me to be what I needed, in place. Click, click, click. Where he can live this experience through empowering himself and not feel ashamed or not feel like, you know, I'm imprinting that the best staff is going to be there. Why? Because he deserves that. He deserves that woman who's been going to work for the last month and a half, guess what? Today is her last day. She's going to say, tomorrow I'm not going in. Why? Because I don't want her in Ray's timeline. If she's not there 144% on board for his highest good, I'm already saying, baby girl, take 2 weeks off. You know what I mean? Why? Because we're allowed. My imagination can say whatever it wants towards Ray's timelines for the greater good. Am I making it happen? No. Am I fucking with his timelines? Fuck no. I'm just paving the way, saying everything that I could think of. And that's the best for everyone. Because as much as I'm saying to the one girl, hey, are you sure you're going to be there for the next 2 weeks? Because if you're not going to be ready to be his Samantha and step up, I don't care what your name is. If you're not going to be ready to step up, then take that 2 weeks you've been aching for, right? Call in sick tomorrow, finally. You can't do this anymore. Don't imprint his reality with an experience of something like, ugh. We want his experience to be so miraculous that when he speaks about it, it's going to pave the way for other people to trust and open themselves to their experience that they need and the learning of what he's going to flow through him. You know, this is all bigger than us and how we, right? Yeah, Nicholas, good. Ray and I are very connected. Good. Thank gosh. Nicholas? Michelle says, me too. I love him deeply. It was through Hawkeye Two Feathers you met Ray years ago? Yes, Ray is such an awesome soul. Right on, Anita. That's a big sync for you, that card. Good. SS says, Michelle, I just found Ray and it was an instant connection. Yeah, exactly, SS. Damn right. We're here to pave the way. Whenever we witness something of someone, we can pave the way with our best intentions and our best, like, whoa stuff, right? How many things for months and months I've been doing live streams and saying to people going into procedures, on your way to the procedure, you're going to have the syncs of us. When you get there, you're going to see the blue truck. You're going to see this. You're going to see that. You're going to feel this. And it's not always about the words, right? But like the things that are us are going to be and show up. And they do. They do. They do. They really do. And they help when people are making their life stuff in their reality, where we're paving the way, cocooning, wrapping ourselves all around everyone, near or far. Yeah, Michelle, that's beautiful. SS, human connection is my favorite thing about being incarnated. Yeah. And that's the thing. When you see everything and everyone and every interaction as a miracle, instead of like, what am I doing here? I don't belong here. You make yourself belong. I don't belong here. I don't belong anywhere. I've never belonged anywhere, no matter where I live, no matter how long. So what? So what? Everybody still remembers me when I'm gone. You're going to remember me when I'm gone, right? You're going to remember me when I'm gone. I don't need somebody to tell me I belong. I already know I don't belong. I don't have the roots. I don't belong. Doesn't matter. Be kind anyways. Act as if you do, because you do. Exactly, Nicholas. Addiction treatment success skyrockets when a person feels supported. And that's where we are the anchors, that support. You know, and depending on what this type of 2 weeks is like, I don't know. He might come in a live stream saying, like, what have I done? I want to get the fuck out of here. I want to run away. And we'll be like, really? I don't know if that's the best idea. And, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe we won't see him for 2 whole weeks because he'll be like, you know, zero device. We don't know. But what we do know is that whether we talk or not, we're still there. That's it. Nicholas, Ray will get the support where it's needed. I hold the light that he makes it through the door on Saturday. Oh, yeah. He's already there and he hasn't even gotten there yet. You know what I mean? He's already there. Yes, Michelle. People need people. Yep. Doesn't matter how much inner work you do and how awesome you are and how much you love yourself. What's the point if it's not to share it with other people? Right? I'm going to pull one card and be done.
Dun 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 dun.
I did not think I'd be streaming for 3:38. It's 3:01, 15:01 Eastern Time. Good. I'm glad if it's a sync for you, Nita. I love you so much, sweetie. I feel sometimes when I hear you speak, like we've got different paths, but at the same time, the same type of kind of things that we anchor in this reality. Yes, Road Trip Eddie, it is the same live. I enjoy this so much. I could be on 8 hours straight at this point. I need food. And I need to give attention to Lily Rose. Otherwise, I'd be on for another bunch of hours, right? Why? Because it's just a part of what I do. It's what flows. It's what feels good. It's a part of me. Yeah, I hope that Joe does choose to redo that song. We belong to the light, we belong to the thunder, we belong, we belong, we belong together. Is that the song he was talking about? I don't know. I'm just excited to see what he's going to choose. Are you still here, Joe? One thing that, if you are still here, Joe, you said to me the other day, you said if I did that song, what would I do as a background? And I didn't think to say, I will do the background. I will be your background. Yeah. Yes, Saturnian Sun. Lily is a Cap, and she is her own best friend. Yes, but it's getting old. We've had a tough year. People went out of our life, but nobody came and replaced those souls, SS. Right? So the difference of Lily Rose and who she is and integrating in her youth to completely depend on herself for self-sustaining is the roots we've always been asked to have and to anchor into her. But there does come the point where, it's just, that's enough. We follow the timelines we were meant to follow, what we were meant to exit, what was meant to exit our life. Newness needs to come and enter our life in order for us to be able to be, a purely sustained unit, right? As much as it's great to be here for 4 hours, the energy exchange of what I give out as a mama bear needs to come back towards my baby bear. And that is that. That's where we're at in our timelines, and that's what's coming next, right? Is that it's not enough to be a unit of 2. There needs an exterior. What that will be, I have zero attachment to the form of it, but I do know that there needs to be that ripple effect of more in our life so that I can have my whoosh, but without the feeling of, because right now it's like, wow, now I'm hungry and I've got to go figure that out, and then I got to have the beat, right? So it's fine, it's awesome, but we need the evolution of what our timelines are. Not cool that in her life, her masculine have all gone in to do what they need to do, but none have come in to help her and me, right? So 3 cards whipped out of the deck. Of course, I'm going to draw out the last minute of my stream into longer than I thought. I just wanted to pull 1 and I got 3. Boom, Anita. I just went inside to get my coffee. When I came back, there's a black feather sitting near my chair. How did it get there, I wonder? I don't know. Last time I grabbed my cards, it's the black feather that's beside me, sweetie. I love you. Boom. That's how fast it goes. Black feathers are protection. Draw, Genevieve. 4 and 3 is 7. Owl spirit. You see clearly now. Why do you see clearly now? Because you allow yourself to see all perspectives. Hi, Ghost Shadow. I'm just wrapping up the live stream. Hello, and thanks for commenting. How's your day? You see clearly now. Owl spirit. Because you see clearly now, you realize it is time to collaborate. Help each other. Help each other. Number 1. Number 1 rule. What would kindness do? Number 1, what would kindness do? What would love do? Collaborate. Double ones, 10. The abundant universe will provide. The buffalo. You're welcome, Ghost Shadow. I would wish to keep on saying stuff, but if I do, then I will go into another loop of just comments and stuff. So I'm gonna finish off the stream. Michelle, I dreamt about 2 baby skunks and a 2 two-headed turtle and a wolf. Are you joking? 2 babies? 1 two-headed turtle and 1 wolf? They were in your house? Oh my gosh. Wow. That gives me shivers. That is so wrapped up in all my sinks that it can't help me make me think that, like, give me shivers. A 2-headed turtle. Me know the 2-headed turtle, believe me. Oh my gosh. They say 2 heads are better than 1, but they are not, because the 2 heads argue against each other instead of making up their mind and going forward into turtle mode. So like, rah, 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 rah. No. No, 2 heads better than 1. Align. Stop arguing with your 2 heads, little turtle, and just fucking like, woof, right? Oh, sometimes. Oh, whoa, the stories we could tell of the 2 turtle heads fucking butting heads against their own heads. Love you guys. Have a super duper awesome, magical, awesome day before it's over.